I'm excited now.
Do you remember the good old days when we used to be super young and your mom got excited when you didn't poop your pants?
Oh,
and
man.
You could get $1.
You know what? Sometimes I still poop my pants.
And then you could go to the store and, like, with $1, you could buy, like, 100 Bubba Joe bubble gums.
Remember, like, when your mom and dad would be like, remember when I was young, I would get a burger and a soda for a nickel.
Yeah, that's true.
I had to do more than just poop in the right place to get a whole dollar.
Really?
Yeah, man, $1 that's tooth money.
That's true. $1 is tooth money.
I'd get like $3 to $7 between.
Yeah, like in the 80s, if you got $1 for a tooth.
Oh yeah, you were in.
If you got $1 for a tooth, am I on?
You are.
No, you're good. This is the one that's.
Oh, that's that one. Okay.
That's the Prophet Isaiah's
Okay.
microphone.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can hear I can hear myself now.
Yeah.
Is that how it works? Like there's some deity that we leave a chair and a mic line for?
Yes. I'm
So he
glad
shows
that
up at the
finally
table?
somebody agrees. Yes, leave the microphone for the radio deity.
For Holy Sweet Moses.
Yes.
So we are
Live on Two Clueless Dudes.
Yeah. Welcome to the Two Clueless Dude Show. So much going on this week. So much to talk about. I'm Mad Mike.
I'm the Hank, and we're chilling with the one and only producer, Waz.
Supposedly.
Turning superfluous knobs.
And they call me Mike G, a.k.a. Junk McGee. You can find me anywhere.
On the toy Lee.
That sugar bee.
Where that sugar bee. I love my sugar.
I'm still on that toily.
I got
You like
my,
that?
That was a
You
cute
like
way of
that?
doing that.
Red
yeah.
bologna.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the Red Bull, I got the Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Cheers.
He specifically asked for Michelob Ultra, but that's just happened to have been what I had grabbed. It was
You
the
got me
closest
that,
thing
bro.
to
We
me.
would so not be friends if you got me Michelob Ultra.
I almost did.
I would give it to Keisha.
I
would
came
leave
this
it.
close.
I would leave it. I would
Bro, no, you
promise
wouldn't.
I would leave it.
No, you wouldn't.
And I would let
said that
Keisha.
champagne with beers was Michelob Ultra
Yeah,
last
you
night.
know he would
that
drink
was
it.
That was a fart. I had a brain fart. I oopsed it. That was my fault. I meant something completely different.
Honestly, I couldn't tell the two apart. I don't know.
Michelob, I could absolutely
Dude,
tell the two apart.
All of it
I
tastes like
bet you
horse
couldn't.
piss.
We're gonna have a
Beer
horse piss
flavored water. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
comparison, and you are going to lose.
You will.
Y'all see my shirt?
You will be so impressed that I know the difference.
See that?
Yeah, I will be so impressed at how much you fail at that.
No, not gonna
Right
happen.
there.
Not gonna happen.
I know you like.
It's
Yeah, no, you're
America's.
like. So
Is that a three? Oh God.
So lots going on. So I posted a little video today on our Facebook showing that I was going to the gym, and for some reason, my gym buddy,
who's that?
the Hank,
Oh,
was not with me,
why's that?
which is a great question. So the day prior.
The
we have
day
to go
prior.
back.
Okay,
we have
the
to
day
go back
prior. All right.
24 hours.
24 hours. Hold on. Do I have that?
Yeah.
I don't think
Just
I have
something.
that one.
24 hours. 24 hours.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah, it was good.
There you
It was
go.
good. I did good. Yeah.
Red Bull.
Teamwork.
You know, I only sip it, and even by the time I'm done with the show, like I still have most of it in the can.
It's true.
But it's just nice
You know
to
what's
have a little
really
something
funny?
to like sip on.
We actually went to a birthday party, and we both picked up energy drinks, and I never do energy drinks. My mom will spank me. So we picked up 2 bangs, and I drank my entire bang in like 5 minutes. And just before we get out of the car, I'm like, "You're not gonna bring your drink?" And he's like, "No. Do you have any idea how much caffeine's in that?" And I was like,
It's
"But
like a full day.
it was your idea." And he goes, "I didn't make you drink the whole thing." And I was like, "What a jerk!" I felt so defeated, kind of.
They should be reclosable.
So anyway, we go to the gym 24 hours ago, right?
See, I'm
We
trying to
go
get
the
away
gym,
from this.
And
It's
we
embarrassing.
show up, and
Well-
I'm like, okay, hey, it's arm day. He's like, yeah, it's
I'm ready for arm day.
we got arm day. This is great. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we go
Because everybody
in.
should be excited for.
Sup, dude?
Whoa.
That was
You don't have to pull the lever all the way
Jeff
up.
DeField, what up? So we go to the gym.
It's not a switch.
What's sad is he didn't even have his headphones on, so he didn't even hear what
I
he
didn't-
sounded like.
It was nightmarish.
Nightmarish,
pretty
was it?
scary.
I have no idea what you said.
I apologize.
Yeah.
You said it so casually for it being sounding like you're being sucked into a cave.
Straight up cash, bro. So we go and we start doing arms, and he is just
I'm killing
convinced
Killing it.
that he's going to be able to lift the same weight I'm lifting on basically every machine. And
He's shaped so differently than you, though.
he's quite differently shaped. But he is getting stronger. Your body fat is going down, so there are some good things there. But it started to take its toll about halfway through the workout.
No. We were almost done. And
Oh, you were slowing down before then. But I was just like, okay.
But his arms
See, I
look like
didn't-
anher pair of legs
They-
on
I
his, on his
didn't-
upper
What's
legs.
sad is I didn't know that he noticed, but I was
Thank you,
starting
Ronnie
to.
Baker.
I was slowing down.
Much love.
I was. Okay, go.
Like a puma.
So then
Like
all of
a
a sudden,
Puma.
he goes from just kind of slowing down to just straight up turns off. Like he's just literally kneeling in the middle of the gym. I'm like, you.
No, what happens is he
Yike.
goes, "You're next," and I was like, and I think all I could say is, "Mm-mm."
Yeah, I'm done.
And then he goes, "You okay?" And I said, I think I'm good, but I kind of feel like I'm gonna puke." And he goes, "All right, just relax, then you're done." And I don't know if we still
I told
had
him to go get
more.
some sugar.
He did, and I didn't listen. I'm like, I'm gonna hang with you, and when we're done, we're done. So
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
when it's sugar time.
I don't know if it was honestly, I don't know if the workout was done or not. But after that, we were done. Okay.
Yeah.
So I start telling him, Mike, I'm getting pretty nauseous. My stomach's really starting to hurt.
I'm starting to think you might be pregnant.
Yeah. My ovaries. And so
my ovaries!
we make it in there into the cafe, and I'm like, "Do you have crackers?" And Mike goes, "Oh, you have some pumpkin bread here." And I'm like, "No, Mike, seriously, I need crackers, bro." And he's like, "I'll get you something." And then I turn around, and this is what's so weird, because it was at that given time that I knew something bad was about to happen. I just didn't know what.
He immediately knew something was peculiar.
So I I don't say anything, and that's not like me. Like, I'll tell you if I'm, Mike, I gotta go take a leak, I'll be back. I turn around, walk straight out the front door,
Yeah.
go across the parking lot.
Oh, and I followed him, by the way. I had his goods.
You're ready to hold his hair back.
Oh, no. I was just going to let him do this. That's a journey
No,
you have to take
stop.
on your own.
Yeah, don't even go there, because what comes next is funny for him, not for me.
You wouldn't
So-
rub my back if I was throwing up in the parking lot?
No.
Give you a little circle and-
What would happen is he's gonna giggle at you. I'll give you a little insight. So I lose it. I pop.
Yeah.
I pop.
A vomit
Oh
pop?
yeah.
Okay.
Right,
Oh,
out,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
right
yeah.
out next to the sidewalk. In
No,
front
on
of
the
Lifetime
sidewalk.
Fitness.
On the
Not
sidewalk.
even like into a bush?
Yeah,
He tried,
Listen,
he
this
aimed,
is
but-
this was not LVAC. This is not Planet whatever Fitness. This is
Final Fitness is a big word.
Lifetime Fitness, and I puked all over their sidewalk and bushes.
Yeah.
About five
What was
five
it made
pops.
of? What did you eat first?
Well,
it
I
like
mean, I have my protein
Hot
shake,
Pockets in
and
there
then
and stuff?
oh no. I won't actually eat before I go to the workout.
My buddy Phil Gerson says Mike likes to get his workout partners to get dizzy, pass out, or puke. I actually think I did that to Phil once. Believe it or not. So you're not alone in this.
It's fun working out with Mike, because I don't know many people that would actually do it and like enjoy it.
I do. I enjoy
and
it.
you enjoy it, but nobody else does, because you're pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it, and when I do the boom boom with the missus and she grabs the arm, she likes it.
Yeah.
So she appreciates you.
There's results there.
Yeah, no, there definitely is. But I can tell you that you're definitely brutal to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Next.
I believe it. So he didn't come to the gym.
I'm
'cause
still on the do the boom boom with the missus, because it really sounds like she's just there for you while you're pooping.
That's exactly what it sounds
Just
Oh,
like
oh, you
squeezing your
thought I
arms,
was
helping it
you thought I
happen.
was talking about sex? No, we've been together 7.5
Oh my god,
years.
that sounds cute. I don't know why that hasn't been a thing. There should be couples toilets, so you guys
Yeah.
can boom boom together.
Back to back.
Yeah, back to back.
So you feel the pipes
Oh my gosh,
in
wait.
each other's backs.
Even
But what
better.
happens if
it
you
It should
accidentally-
be just seat. No actual backing. You have to use the other person's back.
Yeah.
It's like an
just
exercise in
Bubba,
teamwork.
But Bubba and Gump. You
Bubba Gump.
lean up against my back, and you push up against mine. I push up against yours.
Yes,
Do you ever
exactly.
put your ear
Couples toilets. I'm patenting it
Let's
to
do it.
the belly
Copyright.
of your lover and just hear the bubbles and the gurgles?
in their working
Yeah.
through their digestive tract.
Yeah.
My dog actually lays right next to me, and I hear it all night.
Yeah, it's fun to do it with dogs too. It's like that, but you'd feel it in each other's backs. You'd feel each other's pipes.
Ronnie Baker says, "Boom, boom, loathes."
What's up there, Ronnie Baker? Good to see you on the show, buddy.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Yeah, good to have Ronnie Baker.
Ronnie, would you like to call in? Would you like to talk to us?
You can, actually. There's a way to do that. Not that I know how or care, but there's a way. So...
We're going to leave that option available for you, but we're not going to do anything.
Before we got here, we were actually talking about
I hate dealing with the
police
phone.
officers.
Oh, yeah, we were a police officer
And we were
talking.
Yeah, we were talking about getting pulled over for like those really dumb violations, like a headlight out, or
Oh yeah.
you didn't stop enough, or you didn't have your turn signal on enough.
Or speeding on an on ramp.
Yeah.
An
So-
on ramp though.
Yeah. So, what's your take on that? You said that it's kind of a bullshit ticket.
So, in another world, in another life, I was a police officer for right around 8 years.
Yeah.
And we have the ability to pull people over, obviously.
Now he sells
And-
ephedrine to pedophiles.
So it's such
Now
a
I'm-
specific outing.
Now I'm going to be in trouble.
Look at me now, Mom.
Nobody's laughing now.
Yes, Ronnie, Facebook chat is working. If you're on Michael Galliano, I can see everything that you're saying.
I have Jaybird pulled up.
And we got Jaybird up.
Oh yeah,
so
I
we
have
got
that chat pulled up too,
we
just
got
in
it,
case.
yes.
We have you taken care of. We have you
Yes.
surrounded.
Yeah. Well,
Press
So-
the subscribe, ring the bell,
Ding, ding, ding.
shake the hand, push up the thumb.
Grab the thong.
Yeah.
So, in the cop world, we have things called bullshit tickets, and I'll just be upfront. And what a bullshit ticket is something when somebody rolls through a stop sign, or they don't use a turning signal in a switching lanes, or
tell me more.
seatbelt violation, or a window tint violation. You see where I'm going with this? This is all bullshit, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The kind of
So-
tickets that you show up to court for and they get thrown out half the time.
3/4
Yeah.
of the time,
Yeah,
yes. As a waste of time, yes. But I was talking to Mike on the way in. One video that I was watching on Facebook that really bothered me was a police officer pulled over this older lady. I won't say she's elderly, but she's an older lady, and the video kind of starts with this police officer approaching the woman at the window and saying that
While
she's
cabbage
receiving a
patching.
citation for defective equipment, and she goes, "You don't give a warning for that." And he goes, "Ma'am, you admitted to having this equipment violation for defective for around 6 months, so no, I'm not going to give you a warning." And she's like, "Yeah, but if I wouldn't have told you that, you wouldn't have known." So, long story short, she refuses to sign it. She goes, "This is ridiculous. I can't believe you're writing me a ticket. I'm leaving." So she leaves. So this causes a pursuit. And she pulls over, and then she won't get out of the car. She's at gunpoint. And the cop ends up ripping this lady out, tasering her, arm-barring her, and taking her to the ground and arresting her over a defective equipment
It
ticket.
sounds
wasn't
like
over a
somebody-
defective ticket though. She could have just taken the defective equipment and like showed up to court and had it thrown out and whatever, and it would have
Yeah.
turned into a warning
Maybe.
or whatever. She totally had
She
to
made
be,
it bad.
She had to
She
be
made
a
it bad.
snot face about it. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing.
That's
But
what I
There's
said.
like a don't be snotty to cops rule that whether it's right or wrong, that's a thing.
Phil
But see, that-
is
and
watching
that's
us
my
in
problem.
Minnesota. That's
I
far.
I mean, it's
I-
already a hard job. I think they should like have a certain amount of leeway.
And Keisha
So-
Marie
so, like,
Brown
not
says,
put up with-
"Hey."
I mean, you should be respected as a fellow citizen in the community by law enforcement. That
Yeah.
should be how it is.
I agree. I
But,
mean, you have to respect the authority.
But you shouldn't be overly sensitive to anyone that's serving you, whether
Okay.
they're at a bakery or a cop, being a little short with you or doing their job over something a little bit overzealous.
Yeah.
And like over escalate it. I have no sympathy for escalators.
When I was
Yeah.
18, when I turned 18, my very first car I purchased was a 1990 Lincoln Town Car.
Oh, the
Now-
one that caught fire, or the one you decided to lay in the
No.
dashboard?
Yes, that
Okay.
one. So when I
Taking
first
naps. Go.
bought that car, and Mr. Phil, he'll tell you, when I 18, I mean, last he saw, I mean, I was tiny. I mean, really tiny. So it did. It looked
So
like
what
it looked like
interested
I
your
stole
wife
my.
then?
It looked like I stole my mom's car. Is really what it looked like. But
thing
when
he doesn't have his
after I
headphones
bought
in.
it, after I bought it, I didn't. I mean, I just gotten a job. I was making like $8.50 an hour. I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
I gave it all to buy the car.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I couldn't get insurance and all this stuff, right? So the car had all kinds of problems with it, too. It already had like over 220,000 miles on it when I got it. Wow. But I was just excited to have a car, and it drove like a cloud. It was like driving on fluff. It was great.
Nice.
But I get pulled over on Maryland Parkway while I'm heading home. I'd been driving the car for like 2 weeks. And I was
Then
just
you went on Maryland Parkway of all traps.
and I was just waiting to get paid so I could take care of some stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I got busted because my taillight was broken and wasn't working. He goes out and he's like, "Hey, you know, I don't mean to stop you and harass you, but
I don't mean to stop you, but I am.
yeah."
That's such a
I just
Las
wanna let
Vegas
you know
cop. They're
that-
so nice and
Yeah.
friendly.
And he was like, "I just want to let you know that your
Usually?
your taillight's out." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." He's like, "Yeah, is it? Can I see your your license and registration?" Oh, and he says, "Oh, I noticed you don't have a license plate on the back. Can I see your license and registration?" So I'm like, "Well, here's the thing. License I've got."
But for the rest of the story,
but
let
that
me
whole-
move these bottles out of the way. You get in.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
I don't have registration. He was like, "The car's not registered." I'm like,
It's kind of what I
Nope.
just said.
he said, "Okay, just show me your insurance." I'm like, "Yeah, about that. About this whole insurance thing. Can we put a pin in that? Because I don't have that yet either." He's like, "Is there anything else you want to tell me?" I said, "Well, you just told me the tail light's out. I know one of my front lights out, and the brakes grind when I drive them."
You should have shut the.
He was like,
another. Can I just real quick? Let me interrupt. There's a thing when you talk to a police officer, you should be nice and respectful, but you should also shut the.
Hey, I was like, "Officer," I was like, "I just bought this car." I said, "It's my first car. I literally just bought it. I'm just trying to get it home. If I can get it home tomorrow, I can go and take all this stuff and get it taken care of." He looked at me and said, "Drive straight home. I don't ever want to see you again." And he left. And I got no ticket.
I'm curious, audience poll, like who else has like a cool story from Metro?
Oh, 'cause that wasn't
Or
cool?
like an uncool story. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Or an uncool story from
got one.
Northtown or Henderson.
I got one.
Because
I
all
didn't even
the
get
all the
arrested.
lame cop stories I've heard in Southern Nevada were like Northtown or Henderson. But like,
I have one for
Metro's
Highway
been
Patrol.
cool.
Yeah.
Metro is
Oh.
not cool.
no, I'm sure, but I mean,
Metro motorcycle cops are
yeah, they're jerks.
very nice. They don't have a sense of humor.
I had one yell at me, but still let me go after I definitely ran a red, like
Ooh.
cold ran.
But he let you go.
I know, so that's
cool.
why
but he
I
made you
can't
feel
be
like
hating.
he made you feel like poopy though.
I earned it.
Well, so yeah, where were we
You
going?
were talking about a story.
Oh, it was a highway patrol.
Oh yeah,
story?
Highway Patrol. When I had first moved to Las Vegas from Missouri, I was driving my truck and I had no idea where I was except I was 215 up in the Northwest, and I was trying to get back home to my mom and dad's because I was staying with them until I could find an apartment. So I had got off at the Wallapai exit and I was headed back east, and I was flying. I think I was doing like 90 something. It was ridiculous. I get pulled over. I have Missouri license plates, and I have a Nevada ID. For whatever reason, that's a big no-no in the state of Nevada. Once
Yeah.
you get a Nevada state ID, you're supposed to immediately have Nevada insurance
Yeah.
and registration.
That's a thing.
So he wanted to know if there was anything in the car, and I said yes. Was over being a police officer. Here's my badge. Here's my gun.
There's a
And he
bag of
goes,
snails
You have a gun in the car?
hidden in my car somewhere. Find them.
I said yes. I have a gun.
What if they're gonna die?
Would you believe what he told me to do with it?
What did he
What
tell
you
you
to do with the gun?
With your gun?
He says, hand it to me. Listen, I just told you I was a cop for 8 years. At what point in time does it ever sound like a good idea to hand a loaded gun to a cop?
police officer.
Answer me that now.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
so I
can't.
didn't.
So I'm not
And
supposed to like hand over my gun.
I told
I just
him
like offer it up to people. I don't know.
I refused to give him the gun because I didn't want to get shot. So I
he
said,
didn't already have his own.
yeah, I guess he wanted to play with mine. And I've had that problem before, but normally with chick. No, I'm just kidding. So I say, let me get out of the car, place me in handcuffs, and you get it. And he was insistent that I hand him my gun, so I unfortunately, and like an idiot, did. And then he handed it back and said, I can't unload it. And I said, it's a revolver. And he's like, I can't unload it. You unload it. And I just knew I was going to die.
Yeah.
I just knew I was going to die. And I unloaded it, gave him back the gun. He asked if I had a blue card. I said, what was that? Because back a few years ago, if you had a gun, you had to have it registered with the sheriff's office.
Yeah, it does.
So, like, he's telling me of, like, 9 different violations I got. And he came back to me about 10 minutes later with a warning and said, you have so many violations, I really just don't want to sit on the side of the road that long. So go get your blue card. Here's your gun, which was goofy. I don't know how I could have handled that any better. It was such a scary situation.
Yeah.
But then obviously I went and got everything taken care of. But
Sure.
that was that's my one and only Nevada Highway Patrol story.
That's not bad.
But that was pretty scary. I ain't gonna lie. Hand me your gun.
So, okay, this is something funny that I actually tried, and it was one of those motorcycle cops. It didn't work out for me, but I'm going to tell you the story anyway. I was going on Desert Inn, which, as you know, is, especially around the freeway, and the strip is a huge trap because it looks like a freeway, but it's only a 45-mile-an-hour road.
Yeah, and everyone tries to go like 65 on it.
Exactly. Well, I wasn't paying attention.
Like I wish they would on Charleston, where everyone goes 10 under.
Yeah, right? It's weird. I wasn't paying attention, going too fast, got busted. I get off and I pull over the side of the road and I'm like, shit, I'm going to get a ticket. I said, well, if I'm going to get a ticket, I might as well try something. I say, women always get out of these tickets by, trying to act cute and play
love
dumb.
Where this is starting.
So I'm like, all right, I got
You
this.
can be cute and dumb and make them think of like a grandchild or something.
So I was like, you know what?
I swear that's happened to me.
I go through my music list. I find me some Savage Garden. Bam. I blast it, bro.
While he's on his way up to the window.
I wrote down the window. He's all, turn that down. I turn it down, but not all the way, so it's still going. He's like, you know how fast you're going? I was like, oh my God, I had no idea I was speeding. Oh, it's terrible. I'm so sorry, officer.
I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid.
Both blonde and gay at the same time.
Exactly.
Just doubling it up.
It didn't work out for me. I got the ticket.
At least you're cute about it.
I tried everything I could. Just I didn't have what it took.
I go full grandchild. I'm like, man, I was just on my way to get some model train parts.
Oh, that's a good
And I
one.
was really hoping to find my grandmother some amber colored glass. And
I was just from the flea market and they didn't have anything and she's so super disappointed.
They were all out of glass.
What did you say that I did again, officer?
would you like a Werther's original?
Oh man, I miss those days. My grandpa would totally give me one.
For sure.
Always.
I mean, where was that club? My grandpa was really, really Hispanic, and he still had some of those in his pocket to give out.
Every good grandpa had those, man.
Yeah.
Man. Well, why don't we take a short break?
Let's do it.
Pay some bills. We're gonna hopefully get a new slip and
Peso.
slide
That's
for
some
outside.
Yeah, help us get that slip and slide money.
Get that big money.
Slip it.
Slip it. Slip it.
Oh, dude, I forgot to hit the thing on the commercials.
And
I've come back to
then
talk to you for a second.
There was
I
more.
want to. This is a public service announcement.
We actually have something cool to
I
talk
want to
about.
I want to warn you all about worms.
Don't eat sushi.
Worms are a real thing.
They are.
They live in the ground.
They do. They live in your butthole.
They could be in your butthole,
And your intestine.
and you have to have a friend sit
Right
hunched
there.
over your exposed buttocks for when those little wormies come out.
Just
and
like the pregnancy
use
thing,
tweezers
but it's for your butthole.
to pluck them out, and you can tempt them out with watermelon.
That's true.
If you take a slice of watermelon right in between your cheeks, they smell the aroma,
And
the
it bothers
sweet
them.
scents.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
And they just
attracts
come-
them to it. They
they just-
slither right out.
Right out the butthole.
Yep, right out. Now you can
And
also
it works well.
use
You
it
can
does.
use chopsticks as well. Chopsticks, but then you have to be like Daniel son.
You could okay. You can use one of those Black and Decker dust busters.
Yes.
Because their suction isn't that powerful, so you don't have to worry about losing any intestines. But you do. You got to make sure you get a good swipe in there. Okay, it's like a credit card. Okay. Just don't use the shop vac. It's way too powerful, folks.
Oh, my
way too
goodness.
powerful.
Yeah. Well, anything
Dustbuster.
with Dyson or Shark is really
It's too much.
They really have the power.
Yeah. Too much power for worm hunting.
Yeah, for worm hunting.
For worm hunting specifically in the butthole.
Specifically.
Yeah.
LV Classic Rock is
Why?
Krista says that's the bro wife's job.
Yes. Dude, because I love you so much, I would absolutely get chopsticks and put your feet up in stirrups and reverse weight and revert any of. Hold on, are we talking about something different?
No, but duct tape trap, that'll work. Okay, you ever hear how people say like, bro, I bury a body for you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you
yeah.
think like, would you honestly bury a body for somebody? Or would you be like, what the hell, man? Why'd you kill somebody?
I just want to know, like, do we need to continue to have this particular conversation on air?
I don't know.
Because I mean, like, if you want, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'd even kill somebody for you. Yeah, not only bury them, take them down the street, toss them in a hole.
Take them down to the Paradise City.
You know, I got you, bro.
All right. Well,
I got you.
That's it. That's interesting. Now, if somebody was like,
that's real interesting.
yeah, if somebody was like, hey, because I mean, like, they say that people will say that, oh, bro, I bury a body for you, and then you're like, hey, I need help moving. Look at the time. I'm out of town.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell you when, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
When? I'm out of town.
It's true.
Right?
I like the little spin you did off on that.
Uh-huh. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Because I'm glad you don't need me to help you move, but I'd kill somebody for you.
But I ain't moving.
But I ain't moving shit.
Hey guys, it's
I get a
crazy.
wheelbarrow.
Hey guys, it's crazy.
Okay,
Hey
it's gonna
guys.
work.
Okay, we're ready to pay
all
some
right,
bills.
we're gonna go pay
folks.
some bills.
We're gonna pay some bills.
We'll see you in a minute.
This is the
Hey guys, it's crazy.
Okay,
Well, we're not gonna
So-
get that slip and slide.
you get
I'm here to tell you that.
all of 2 seconds. You have to figure out the commercial.
Yeah.
That's the game we're playing today.
Such a short commercial.
Did we want you to eat at Juan's Flaming Fajita Cantina? Was it a Zip Fizz? Was
They
that
have
check out the
mango?
app?
We just have the.
We just have cool tones.
Can you play that over and over again and we can rave?
You know what? It says buffering samples. I think we're gonna.
Oh, it's working out. It's trying to get buffered.
Oh, watch out! It may puke.
That's right, it might.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like this should have been buffered before, but I'm just saying.
this is the
Ah, why?
All right, well, that being the case,
None of them is. Let's do manual sponsors.
Manuel
We're
sponsors.
gonna talk about sponsor manually.
Dude wipes with worm repellent.
Yes.
We could be on to something there.
If you're
That
worried
sounds
about
copyrightable.
if you're worried about worms and you have to clean your butt anyway, when you use dude wipes, they're totally better at making worms leave your body than other inferior wipes. Not only
true.
that, but they're actually flushable. You might have been flushing wipes that aren't flushable, and you're gonna get like a berg in
Yeah,
your system.
fatbergs.
Fatbergs are a real thing.
It's a real thing.
They're
That is
taking out
true.
England. If you Google them, they're totally actually real.
Yeah, they
So
are.
dude wipes, they're flushable, and not only do they have wipes, but they also have
Dudes.
shower. wipes.
Dude shower
so
is
you
a
can
great
take,
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And while we're on that category, let us manually tell you about another sponsor that we're really into, and it's also about balls. Hold on, I got a product right here. It's called,
Waz is pulling
You're
his
gonna
pants
love
down.
this product.
it's called Ballsy. And
Oh, ballsy!
you want to live balls
Keep
out.
the funk off your junk.
Yeah. And in here,
Oh, it comes with invisible products.
there was nut rub,
Those are my favorite.
And-
Nut rub.
ball wash. Your showers will never be the same. These unique body wash, it's this toxin trapping powers of activated charcoal. You know, charcoal, you clean fish tanks with that.
It's
So
true.
why not your butthole?
You're going to get the fishy scents out of your dormitory down there. And the sock spray
Come in handy.
is great for a quick refresh because it's pH balanced to neutralize odor while soothing irritation is also neutralized. You don't get
What
that
is that
extra.
like? Secret? Strong enough for a man, pH balanced for a
For
woman.
her?
It's pH balanced for me. And it keeps you smelling fantastic. It's real shit.
Like, how do they know
Look it
my
up.
pH? You know, they sneak into my house, take a scrotum sample. This guy's pH is 7.5. Quick,
Ballsy.
make him some ballsy.
Tell them RadioVegas.rocks was involved in you getting there.
Yeah,
And that's legit. Also at
tell him Duke
RadioVegasRocks.com,
Nukem sent ya.
you could be an early person to sign up and play celebrity golf with people that were in the Raiders and other teams the Raiders have played against. You can have an actual football NFL star play golf with you in a grudge match. Links to tickets and sponsorship opportunities are at RadioVegas.rocks.
It's amazing.
Manual commercials, you guys. We're in charge of
doing
the
it.
universe.
We're doing it.
Nothing's taking us out.
Nothing's gonna keep-
We're paying our Bob Thorntons no matter what.
Ain't nothing gonna break on my stride.
That's
Ain't
right.
nothing gonna slow me down.
Oh no.
You got to keep on moving. God, I sounded Jamaican.
You sounded like Michael,
It sounded like-
white Michael Jackson.
Like I was straight from Cool
oh, that's
Runnings.
the same thing. Never mind.
One more commercial.
Oh.
The Rocking Comedy Show.
Cock and Romedy show.
It's the OG show that started it all.
It is.
Before
It's
this
the
was even a
flagship.
station. And if you go to the new rockingcomedyshow.com, Google it. Google that Rocking Comedy Show. The SEO is on fire. There's a soft launch of a new site there, and it really highlights. Whoa there. You put your headphones on if you're going to touch that lever. That's right. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing to people.
Oh, I can hear it.
Oh, you think you can hear, but you can't hear the way you hear with the cans on. So go to the new site because the latest episodes are really particularly funny. So it's a good time to catch up on the last couple. Plugging them.
Plugging them.
And now
I
we're
love
talking
it.
about the cans.
That
Let's
sounds
just talk
amazing.
about the cans.
Oh yeah, that's
It's a
another sponsor.
fantastic Kicker studio
You might
here.
notice we're in Kicker Studio,
Yeah, baby.
so named for these delightful headphones they've given us that have survived. Like,
so much.
My head is
it's
too
been
tiny.
over a
So
year
much.
of banging these things around, hasn't it been now?
Yeah,
I was
almost.
going to
We've
say,
been rough
Mike's
with them.
been beating
year's
stuff
worth
up for
of
quite some
banging.
time.
Definitely
Yeah.
a year's worth of banging.
Kicker Audio. They don't just make things to shake your car around.
Well, it's true. They do have great car audio.
They're legendary for that. I bumped
Yeah.
into someone on an airplane. I bumped into someone that saw the headphones and were like, "Are those Kicker? Where did you get those?" And I was like, "Oh, they're a sponsor. They're cool. They help me out, and I love them and stuff." And they're like, "Dude was like, that's the only brand of audio I install in all my cars.
Nice.
It's like I only use Kicker Audio stuff in all my car audio upgrades. That I do
If
for
I
me and my
still
buddies.
had my 1982 Golf Rabbit, I would definitely Volkswagen Rabbit. I would definitely put some kickers in there.
I had an '86.
Did you? I had
Yeah.
an '82 Volkswagen Rabbit Cabriolet.
Oh, because you were the only one that could fit in that thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
This girl I was buddies with got one, and I couldn't drive it because
My-
I couldn't. The clutch went in when I got in, and I couldn't lift the clutch out.
But mine was automatic. I had an
Ooh,
82
look
that was
at you.
automatic.
Cabriolet automatic. Ooh.
Phil had a 1962 Rambler wagon.
Nice.
Boy, that sounds so sexy.
I was going to say, that sounds very Clark Griswold.
Right, that was your first car? That sounds, yeah, very, it does sound very
It sounds Clark
Griswold.
Griswold.
You guys, I had the GTI though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Stop it.
So I would take that thing sideways all the time. It was
Was
so
it nasty?
balanced. So nasty.
Man.
It just the weight distribution on it was perfect for these dirt roads. Just take it sideways. I'd put some kids in the back we'd leave from high school and be like, what way are we taking home? We're taking Fun South? We're taking Fun South. South was the name of one of the roads. Yeah, so we took the fun part of South, the dirt part.
Nice.
And we'd like slide sideways, just like barely past these electric poles and stuff. Do handbrake 180s.
I hope my mom's not listening, but there was a road in my hometown where we would go like 70, 80, 90 miles per hour, and you could ramp the car off the hill.
Oh my God.
And then you would go, I don't know, I would say probably 20 feet maybe.
Oh, that's gnarly.
But it felt so Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, we wouldn't
You
go
know what I
fast
mean?
because we
Oh,
still
no.
didn't want to destroy the car. We wanted to just slide it around.
He didn't
just
give a
destroy
shit.
the tires.
He didn't
Yeah,
care.
I love this poor car.
Well, my 1990 Lincoln Town car wound up being traded away after it decided that if you turn the wheel too hard to the left or right with the AC running and the radio on, it would just instantly shut off and lock down. So I had to get rid of it. And then the Golf, or the Rabbit, the Volkswagen Rabbit, 1982 Volkswagen Rabbit, it caught fire
See,
multiple times.
I was gonna say you said it like
In the cock part.
2 or 3 times.
What?
It caught fire 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times. Yeah, it did. And the very
From the
last
dash.
time, yeah, right through the dashboard, right where the the odometer and speedometer is, all through there, just flames coming out, and I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. And the very last time,
Volkswagen's always been a hot car.
it just literally the whole front, boosh, just blew up. There's
Oh.
flames coming everywhere. But I'm like at a coasting speed, and I'm almost to work. I'm literally on Decatur and Sahara going to LVAC.
just want to burn to work.
Well, I did the Ace Ventura, just stuck my head out. And
I just
drove.
look around the fire.
Yep, and I drove.
It was still moving you?
Oh yeah, the car, because when it blew up, I still had momentum.
Gotcha.
So I just carried that momentum right to the parking lot, and there it stayed for like a year.
Oh, man. They didn't even haul it away.
No, I actually wound up selling it to some guy.
Oh, you know what makes me really nostalgic
To
about
a
this whole
junkyard.
category? Is it used to be a thing. I miss this being a game, but this used to be like the best game. And tell me how long it's been since you guys have played this game.
Okay.
Where the goal is to make a girl scream, but have her be
Truth or
glad
Dare?
about it. No, you can't cut off the end part because she has to be glad about it.
Oh.
Like it's not just like a normal. You can make anyone scream and have them be not glad about it. But one of the rare things, and there's lots of things that you can do to make a woman glad, but she doesn't scream about it. So like that combo of like she's screaming, but also she's not mad at me and she was glad it happened. That's what the sideways car did.
Oh,
It
God,
would make ladies scream, but then they'd be glad about it. And there's so few things that seem to do that anymore.
What's
It was-
up, Michael Dube?
it was tantalizing.
Yeah.
Michael Dublé
Michael Dublé.
coming in. You know what? I gotta get this out really quick. I just had a story from one of our news reporters, came right to my desk. This is incredible. You're gonna hear about it here first. This happened in Glendale, California, and a man was just rushed to the hospital after encountering a slightly different viewpoint than his own. This is true. Shortly before 12:30 p.m., Glendale PD officers responded to a 911 at the Java Lounge Coffee House in the 900 block of North Emerson Road. They found a person who had collapsed in shock and went to the station for help. Witnesses say the man was having a casual conversation about politics with another patron when the minutely opposing viewpoint was expressed. So, was just a slight differentiation, but sometimes that's all it takes. Oh,
Like speaking
Phil
of
says a finger in the vagina is easier.
that, it
That's
takes more
probably
than
much
that.
of it.
That might be super easy with whoever
Yeah,
you know.
hold on. Look
but
at this.
I've
He's got those. It's just not.
yeah, I'm gonna need like
Look, he doesn't even have like any knobs or nothing. It's too
No.
straight. Yeah.
not only that, but like what 30 something like myself is gonna be satisfied with just tossing a finger in there. Now,
That's how you get it started.
You have
It's
to
like
get
how
the
you start
elbow
engines.
pits. You got to find those clavicles. There's all kinds of other zones you have to deal with nowadays.
So the man is being kept stable on ideology support in St. Francis Medical Center, surrounded by friends and families who agree with him 100% on every single issue. Whew. The man who suggested the slightly differing opinion fled the scene. Anyone with information is asked to alert the authorities.
Yeah.
So if you
Do
see
the
that
right thing.
guy,
You have
Do
to
the right
squeeze
thing.
the hips
right
a lot
thing.
nowadays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's hard out there. I think it's hard to be a millennial. Like, I mean, you realize how tough it is? Because you've got the boomers who are like, you're an idiot. And then you've got
The
The-
Gen Xers who are just completely taken for granted in between.
Yeah, who are taking and they say
you know what this
It's probably
and
the parents
pisses
of
me
most of
off.
the
That, you know, I'm
millennials
Gen
are
Xer.
Gen Xer.
Exactly.
Well,
and we go,
we're on the cusp. We're more like Gen
82.
Y.
yeah, we're like
Yeah,
right
because
on
I'm
the cusp.
83, so it's like the Gen
Ronnie
Xers were
Baker's
the older
switching
brothers and
between accounts
sisters.
here.
Yes, and we're like
then
the younger
The
brothers and
millennials
sisters.
were the younger ones than us.
Yeah.
So we're stuck in that Gen Y pocket in between.
Yeah,
And-
that's
and
what
even
that's
we're
what bugs
like,
me.
guys are idiots.
I'm considered an aged millennial.
How old are you? You're
38.
You're
But
older
we're
than
old
us.
for Gen Xers.
You're older than us, so
So-
you're not millennial.
No, they still would.
That's the thing, though.
Anyone that
depending
grew up
on
with a
who
computer around is
you-
pretty much in that pocket.
it-
That's really
it's
where the
true.
wall is.
I think they started at like 80. It just depends on
For
where
sure.
you look and whatnot. But like 80 and beyond is like the elder millennial. And I guess there's nothing
Which is
wrong with
really
being
you're
a
on the
millennial.
tail end of Gen X.
Well, if you look, technically, I am still yet part of Gen X.
Yeah.
While being a part of the elder millennial.
Yeah, millennial is really wide, whereas Gen X,
Super.
Gen Y,
Yeah,
Gen Y,
Jeff
Gen
says,
Z, those are all
"Christ, I feel old." I think he's
subdivisions.
actually Egyptian era.
Yeah, did you know
Yeah.
Cleopatra when she like the
I
pyramids
did know
were as
Cleopatra.
old? You know that shit, Cleopatra. So, the pyramids were just as old to her as she is old to us.
Really?
Yeah, there's
So-
that big a gap in time between the pyramids and Cleopatra as there was between us and Cleopatra.
Wow. And then there's a big.
That
glass-
shit was going on for
there's
so
a-
long.
I so
There's a
totally want to
big-
go to the no-no zone for radio. Like I want to go there so bad.
And
but-
there's a huge gap between Cleopatra and Miss Cleo, the psychic. yeah.
Yet they're still related. It's
They are.
proven.
Yeah, it's true. She was
just yeah. She's just a little gangster. Didn't she get in trouble though?
Xenials. Ronnie
Her
Baker
accent's
says we are
fake.
Xenials.
Miss Cleo's totally real, just her accent's fake.
Yeah, but
That's the
didn't-
only part that she's being dishonest about.
everything else is real as can be, huh?
Yeah, everything else is real.
I wouldn't lie. Trust me.
So
You pay me.
why don't we get into some history's mysteries?
History's mysteries.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
That better play.
You're listening to Two Clueless Dudes.
Okay, there we go.
History's mysteries. Like that $20 you say I owe you.
All right, 1975. Sir Elton John was given his Hollywood star. Have you walked the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
No, it's stupid.
Like it's really kind of scary.
It's a sidewalk with people's names on it. If I want to see that, I can go down any street in Northtown and see graffitied names on the sidewalks.
Yeah, have you seen the little chalk outline people now?
Yeah, now they're doing chalk out lines. Look, so they're getting artistic and stuff.
Yeah, have you seen those?
But that's only certain parts of Vegas
Yeah.
Where pedestrians get run over a lot.
where they bring the yellow tape out.
But like, I mean,
My
what
thing-
is? I feel like it's like a I don't know, like a
But it's-
gimme or something. Like everybody's got everybody's got their name on there. You
It
know?
would have been cool years and years ago, but now it's like
It's like
Well, like,
it's saturated.
It's
Yeah.
gross.
It's saturated.
it's not special anymore.
It's a gross area of the town. Like it's all. It's not.
Ronnie says, "I hope it's an
maintained."
old history's mysteries." They're his favorites.
Oh,
Yeah. Fuck you, Ronnie. 1864. Used to be U.S. President Abe Lincoln formally established Thanksgiving as a national holiday. It's definitely a favorite holiday for me.
Did you know that wasn't going to be his name?
Abe
But- yeah. Well, when he was born,
or president.
when he was born, all they kept doing was this.
So they were gonna call him Blinky.
They were like, "He's a Blinken,"
I
and
hate you.
it stuck.
1970. God, I hate you.
David
19
Regalado says, "What up, Phil Adams?
What
My
up?
man."
What up, Dave? Good to hear from you, buddy. Thanks for tuning in.
Dave's not here, man.
1978, Australian civilian pilot Frederick Valnicht, I'm sure I jacked that up, vanished in a Cessna over the Bay Strait south of Melbourne after reporting contact with an unidentified flying object.
You know what it probably was? It's probably like a
Another
seagull in a
Cessna?
tin hat. That's probably what it was.
I've been
Seagull in a
putting.
tin hat.
There's a long lineage of people that put aluminum hats on seagulls.
Exactly. It's like a rite of passage for seagulls.
It's such a thing.
Like a grandfather taught it to the father, and the father taught to son, and the son taught it to the neighbor's kids, and they pass it on down.
Ronnie says there should be a poll for the audience next time to see which one they want to be repeated.
1966, 116 children and 28 adults perished as a coal waste heap slid and engulfed a school in Aberfan, South Wales.
A coal waste heap? I didn't know
Heap.
that's a thing.
It's a
Coal
thing.
waste heap,
I'm assuming that there must be some sort of waste that comes out with the coal.
and they heap it.
Ronnie, you can leave now.
It could have been a missile. It could have been a missile. I like my
could've.
seagull in a tin hat theory, but
Yeah.
Phil says it could possibly be a missile.
1879, Thomas Edison perfected the carbonized cotton filament for the light bulb.
Did you know Thomas Edison was known for having crabs?
That was what he was most known for.
Yeah, that was his claim to fame around DC.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
You-
it was like a buffet down there.
Yeah.
Ladies
called him
loved it.
The electric, one of those lobster things.
It's a buffet down there. You can grab what you want.
Yeah, that's
Take
right.
as much as you need.
Thomas Edison said, "Would you like dinner and a show?"
It's
That's what he
gross.
said. Yeah,
Where did you get your information from?
it's on your thing.
2001
Electric
United
lobster
We
bucket.
Stand benefit concert for the 9/11 terrorist attack victims held at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C., organized and headlined by Michael Jackson and featured Aerosmith, Mariah Carey, and Backstreet Boys.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's quite an interesting.
Interesting
Mix.
lineup for the,
It's quite an interesting
Event.
mix.
right?
And RFK is actually not. I mean, there's nothing that's nice in New York, but RFK is at least better than LaGuardia, which is absolutely gross.
I heard
Yes,
it's the
Thomas
worst
Edison was a
airport.
criminal and ripped Tesla off. I agree.
Totally.
Yes,
He also murdered pigeons
he
instead
did.
of putting foil
What?
on them.
I tell you what,
He's a jerk.
Mike Tyson would be so pissed off about that.
Tesla raised pigeons and stuff in his later years.
He did. Yeah.
He's a
Interesting, I didn't
pigeon
know that.
lover. Edison would just stomp on them
That-
quicker than they could
He
fly.
I
did
think they
not.
should have had like a.
For like a sport, he had a room.
They should have had like a mano-y-mano match, and they could have called it Wrestle a Tesla.
You have an episode called Wrestle a Tesla.
We do. Yes.
That's funny.
No,
I'm bringing
he
it back.
goes in there and he's just
I'm
like,
bringing
man,
it back.
I gotta think about how to make this movie projector better or whatever. I gotta take some stomping time. I gotta go stomp out a thought, you guys.
1967, tens of thousands of anti-Vietnam War protesters marched the Pentagon, besieging the military headquarters for 2 days. 2 days.
What?
When was this?
1967.
I wasn't alive.
No.
And
That
what
sounds
happened?
like 67.
I got a funny story about.
That's 60-70 sounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very 67-ish.
Yeah.
I got a funny story about the Pentagon. Want to hear it?
Yeah, Pentagon me down.
So,
Penny
when-
giggle.
when I was involved within law enforcement, I had the ability to go to
Sesame
Quantico,
Street.
Virginia for specialized training. And after training, we
What
got
did
to
you do
take
there?
a van.
This special Quantico training is incredible. What did you learn to do there? It was so incredible that you had to go to
That's
Quantico.
because
to
I've
do.
told you the story before. I made methamphetamine.
They taught you how to do that?
I went to methamphetamine school.
You
You were
went to
the one that-
Quantico to learn how to make meth.
Were you part of that government program where they sold it to the...
No.
Okay.
Because I was a good
That's
old
great.
cop, and I had made several meth busts.
You just planted
they
it on people.
thought- Exactly.
Hey, this guy probably wants to know how to make this.
So we need
They-
to get more to plant it.
They gave me the ability to go to DC, to go to the DEA Academy to learn basically how to make methamphetamine.
He's busting all the sellers.
Um,
He's going to have to supply it on his own.
Oh,
So
so you
after
could
we
see-
learned how to make methamphetamine, because it just sounds better just saying that than what we were actually doing. I mean, we did actually make two different kinds of meth. But
Was it to see what the stuff is to like look for it, like see
yeah,
for signs?
yeah,
smell it and stuff?
definitely. No, you don't smell it. It's very dangerous. Yeah, no, don't smell. No sniffy.
No. Do you
Well,
rub it under
but-
your armpits?
Well, I'm trying to get the house to come. I went to the Pentagon.
Okay.
Okay,
'Cause
so
it was more than
took-
that. That's crazy.
it was so much meth though. We could have made a lot of money if we could have just took it out of the DEA. Anyway, so we go to the Pentagon and we're hoping for a tour. Except none of us really realize that we're walking up the executive drive. And if you just listen to what I just said, executive drive, that means important, right?
Yeah.
Like
think.
the president and stuff.
Yeah.
Or Ronald
Yeah,
McDonald.
that's where he goes up and down.
He's important.
So we approached that shack and we all got guns pointed at us.
Mayor McCheese.
So that's my
Naturally.
Pentagon story. We ended up actually getting to go in the Pentagon after they, holstered their weapons, and we told them that we were police officers and we're idiots and we
Please
can't
don't
read.
shoot us.
Uh,
Phil Gerson says they left a bunch of toilet paper from there using the bathroom, and it became the Pentagon Papers. Dun, dun, dun.
do I have something? Hold on.
There you go. That makes it official.
Makes it official. That's the stamp.
That's my casual
Yeah,
echo.
but that's my Pentagon story. I got guns pointed at me.
Why else did you go there other than to learn how meth is made? What was the other thing?
Okay, so the real reason was I went to the academy, the DEA academy, it was a week-long course, and it was to learn, identify, and take down meth labs. So they gave us a lot of equipment, and basically it was used for like search warrants and stuff like that. And then after the scene secure, blah blah blah, yada yada, then you have to break down the meth lab and put it in special containers, and then good stuff for court. So that's what we learned. But in the process, yes, we indeed did make methamphetamine.
Did anyone sneak off and like have some?
Like,
What?
we're gonna learn.
What?
We're gonna learn this. We're gonna learn all this incredible, things, like techniques. And hey, you guys want to go make meth? Oh yeah, that sounds great.
We'll do the rest of the class quicker if we start with that part of the
It's
class.
really
Yeah,
funny
you
because
would, right?
everything was obviously done outside, but when we went to the lab, because they don't tell you what we're doing. It's not like it's not like you're on board a cruise ship and they have your itinerary for the whole week planned out. You know what
We're
I mean?
making cold medicine.
So,
Did they teach you how to properly distribute? David would like to know.
what?
Yeah, like stake out a territory and like.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't know what the 1836, Sam Houston inaugurated as the first elected president of the Republic of Texas.
Wow.
Yeah.
And his daughter became famous, Whitney Houston.
Yes, it's true.
Good for him.
Uh,
Phil Gerson says very methodical. Yes, quite so.
how about this? In 1907, Ringling Brothers' greatest show on earth purchased none other than Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Well, they did. They did.
When's the last
And-
time you've been to a circus? Was?
Does the DMV count?
Yes. Yes.
Did you know-
Yes, in the state of Nevada,
They-
it does, my friend.
They also made the
Oh, there's
first
worse.
porn company,
Oh.
Dingling Brothers. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Until they shaved them. Right.
Yeah, right.
That makes sense. 1934, notorious bank robber
Angelica Houston, yes.
Charles Pretty Boy Floyd was gunned down and killed by FBI agents in Liverpool, Ohio.
As long as it didn't touch the face.
I'm pretty sure that his face was all jacked up, actually. There's pictures.
Oh, him
Oh.
getting all shot up. Huh?
Yeah. I think they pretty much photographed everybody as
Man.
they were.
Dying sucks.
I mean, you got to understand, like,
It just does
all
not
those
sound
guys
pleasant.
were like public enemy number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
how could
7.
he be a public enemy? His name's Pretty Boy. Come on.
Come on, dude. He was terrible. Just Wikipedia the dude.
You probably won't die that way.
Yeah.
Oh.
I won't hang myself.
Yeah, they don't. Oh. Can we talk about that? Are we allowed to talk about? And we shouldn't talk about politics. 1969. Paul McCartney denied rumors of his death.
Oh, right.
He's still very alive and even 77 years old today.
So, okay, so there's a photo. Like, I'm not going to, I don't say that I buy into all the hype, but I did see this photo where he is standing next to a woman and he is quite taller than her. And then there's another photo where he is standing next to the same woman, and he is quite the same size as this woman.
Oh, one of those was a fake Paul. There's still
I
got to
don't
be
know.
fake
I mean,
Pauls.
yeah, right? Like, I don't know. Is he
There
lying?
ha-
I don't know.
I
There
just feel
had
like
to have been stand-ins, though. There
And they
had to have been,
claim,
like,
like, they
bonus
put-
Pauls to do stuff.
They claim like there's like hints in all of their records
Well, you know
about
what?
his death.
oh,
They
same
didn't
thing as
even-
in a car
Tupac.
accident?
Same thing as Tupac.
They didn't even make the time to do the voiceovers in the Yellow Submarine. That was voice actors.
I
They
believe
did the intro and the end, and then all the rest of their voices were people imitating their voices.
Really?
That sound more like them than they do. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yellow Submarine, they didn't bother to do their own voice acting in it.
Phil says.
I
Phil
promise,
says Paul
that's a
McCartney
fact.
died and was
You
You
replaced.
can Google that. It's
you
real.
serious?
I promise.
Phil believes that Paul McCartney died. I think it was a car accident and was replaced.
A
I don't
couple of
know.
the Paul
I can't say for
McCartneys
sure.
were replaced, but not the one that did most
It
of
would
it.
explain that giant rift between him and Lennon. You know.
Well, they started getting cool with each other again when it was like a different Paul anyway.
Yeah.
What Paul?
Number three was the major significant one.
He was replaced
Okay.
by
that
with
was
Billy
the Sgt.
Shears.
Pepper's one.
Yes, Billy Shears.
Billy Shears was one of my favorite Pauls, but that was number 2. He was very short-lived.
Yeah.
Before that other assassination they don't tell you about.
Mm-hmm. Who's the guy that sings "Never Gonna Give You Up"?
Oh,
Never
that
gonna-
that was the George Harrison.
Search you.
Yeah.
That's George Harrison, of course.
Was that George Harrison? I
Yeah.
thought that was the
Of
third.
course
Paul
it is. I
McCartney.
mean, you're so ridiculous. 1975, Soviet spacecraft Venera 9 soft landed on Venus, becoming the first lander to return images from the surface of another planet.
Wow.
You
Could
know,
I'd love to see what Uranus looks like.
there's a lot of people that think it would be
Let's go.
cheaper.
We
David
sh- we
says
should go
that's why
worm
Lennon
hunting.
was taken out. He knew the truth.
Worm hunting.
Worm hunting.
What'd you say, Woz? I'm sorry. All I could think about is his anus.
Venus, people really are looking into landing on it instead of Mars, but floating.
It's so hot.
But instead of going to the hot part at the actual surface,
Yeah.
floating Jetson style in the clouds, because the clouds of Venus are so dense that we could float in them like water.
Whoa, that's cool.
So it would be like an ocean world that we'd treat it like, but it would be a gaseous ocean. But all our stuff would still float on it, and we could get fuel and turn some of those gases into clean water and oxygen. And it might be more economical than Mars.
Wow.
But everyone's being surfacist.
Look-
People are like afraid to float on a planet they colonize. They want some hard land. So
Well, then you could
that's
just
the prejudice.
stick your butt out a porthole and fart, and it would just blend in with the rest of the gases, and
Nobody
one's
would
to
even
blame.
know.
Nobody would
Oh
know.
yeah,
We just need everybody not to light their cigarettes, please.
nobody's gonna get you down.
Hey, nobody.
Woz, who made the pyramids?
Oh, those dogs. You know,
The jackal? You mean the jackal?
like a
Anubis?
dog, right?
You talking
That's-
about Anubis?
No.
like not just that one.
It was George Burns.
like a couple people.
George Burns. And what's the guy? Little?
And Rich Little.
Richard Little.
George Burns was like part dog.
Dude.
He was
Could you
dog-like.
imagine just having an hour with George Burns?
Honestly, it was
That'd be
probably
sick.
Thomas Edison.
He'd kill you, right?
Well, he made everything, you know.
He made everything.
2018, the largest jackpot in U.S. history at 1.6.
Trillion?
No.
What? I missed all of that.
Well, listen,
It's
come
a,
on.
it's a jackpot.
Jeez. 2018, the largest jackpot in U.S. history was $1.6 billion, won by one person
That's
in
right.
South Carolina.
I remember that. That was
What
nuts.
the hell do
Was
you
this
do with-
person's life ruined? Because
Wouldn't it have to
Probably.
be?
it always.
Well, what would you?
does.
So if you get $1.5 billion,
I'd go into hiding for sure.
Yeah.
you
I'd be
lose
such a target.
you lose at least half of it to taxes, right?
Take it for taxes. I'm leaving
So
the
it's still
country.
even about 700 million.
So let's just call it 600. Like you're gonna blow through 600 million in like 5 years or less.
Not in Guam. What am I gonna buy in Guam?
Why the hell were you gonna go to Guam?
That person could be a crackhead all their life and never run out of money.
Because I could
Man,
keep
I'm-
my citizenship.
David
but,
said
like,
it was
I'd be off
not
the
won
radar.
by him.
It was if it was David. If you want it, damn it, I tell you what, you better share it. 1962
He'll pull worms out of your butthole.
Cuban missile. You know what? Stop
No
the
worms in
Cuban
Guam.
missile. It for half of $1.6 billion.
I'll show you a Cuban
I
missile.
will. I will clean your dingleberries. I will grab your parasites. I will get whatever you need for however long you need it.
Put tin hats on seagulls.
I do want to make it a contractual thing because I don't want to always be touching your nasty stuff.
I'll touch that.
But-
Get $500,000. I'll undercut you.
Whoa. It's getting real in here.
This is ridiculous now. 1962.
The Price is Right.
Yeah, I don't even care about what
That
we're talking about
devil's
anymore. I'm
onion
going
egg?
to what I'm doing.
Dude,
Cuban
dude.
Missile Crisis. U.S. President JFK addressed TV about Russian missile bases in Cuba and then imposed a naval blockade on Cuba, beginning the missile crisis.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have the Cuban sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I can think
I
about.
thought
and
that's the Reuben.
I don't know why this reminds me of this, but and also plug a recent rocking comedy show episode is called The Devil's Onion Ring,
Whoa.
and it has the best set of descriptions. I can't even spoil it. It's like such a good episode.
Check it
Another
out.
plug for
folks.
that. It's just I want to keep talking about it. That's what Cuba makes me think of.
19.
Those naval blockades
33.
can sometimes require medical intervention.
That's true.
It's true.
John Dillinger and his gang robbed Central National Bank in Greencastle, Indiana, stealing a whopping $75K.
Whoa, John Denver?
Dillinger. No. He doesn't have the gun. That's a Derringer.
Oh.
Oh,
Two-
that I actually was mixed up with that one.
Shut up.
No, for reals.
Stop
I
it.
thought those things were related.
Why? Stop it.
That Dillinger gun.
The actual quote was,
I thought that
test
was a
me,
thing.
fuckers.
2018. Oh, this is a good one. 2008. Well, it's kind of good, depending on what your stand is.
It's gonna be awful.
2018. Pipe bombs were sent to prominent U.S. Democrats, including the Obamas, the Clintons, John Brennan, and CNN, but all were safely defused.
Oh my God! Can I tell you guys my pipe bomb story?
Please.
I have the best pipe bomb story any of you guys are gonna get told.
Have you
by
ever
anybody.
made a pipe bomb?
Yes, that's why
Oh
it's
my
such
God!
a good story.
ATF is gonna shut us down,
No,
but I
no,
want
no,
to hear
no.
it go.
Get it? Because I didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, you made it for somebody else? No!
I'm the only one that either of you folks are ever gonna talk to that's made a pipe bomb by accident.
Wow. How did you do that?
I
Please,
took,
how did you do that?
you know, those metal flashlights
Hold on, let me get my notebook.
that were back in the day.
Yeah, some mag light.
So I cut. No,
Never-
it wasn't like.
Never used one of those.
No, like a cheap metal flashlight where they're all bendy.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I cut off or unscrewed the flashlight part of the end, so I had just the battery holding handle.
Yeah.
And then I cut flat along the length of it, like tabs. I cut it to like flowery tabs on the other end,
Okay.
and folded them inward.
Interesting.
So it was like it'd fold up on one end too, and then you could unscrew batteries on the other end. And then I put on it all I had at the time was like a mono headphone jack, like a headphone plug.
It was
And
sick.
then
Gotcha.
yeah, and I took a headphone jack and stuck it on the plug from. I cut the cord to my CD player, hooked that to the jack, and then hooked the old plug-in part of my CD player to another headphone plug, so I could hook the two together and still use my plug-in thing. So it
what
was
were
like
you trying to accomplish?
this 2D.
Come on.
My CD player could run on 2D batteries because this was like the
Ah.
90s. So my CD player, it didn't have anti-skip yet.
You
It,
damn right. It was fixing to, though.
two double A's gave you 2 hours. I had 2 hours with two double A's. So it was in my best interest to make this thing run on 2Ds like a man's machine. So I had this elaborate adapter situation, but because I used these headphone jacks, the tip of the headphone jack touched the metal case of the battery pack in my bag and got all burning hot.
Oh, no.
Also similar to a pipe bomb.
Very similar to pipe bomb.
So I was like, oh, this is a dumb design. I'm just going to make another one. And I threw it
David
away.
says, taking notes, speak slowly. And
So-
Dave says those Pakai chips made me into a pipe bomb. Thanks, Mike. I gave him some ghost pepper Pakai
Oh, is
chips.
I'll
that
sh-
the guy
I'll
you
show
were
him a
talking
pipe
about?
bomb.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mike decided to
Yeah.
tell me about your story. I'm
Yeah, wrecked his
sorry.
toilet.
So I threw a burning hot pipe bomb looking thing into the trash can and then left my first period class to go to second period. In second period, one of Proctor security people opens the door and was like, you, come this way. It's like, so quick to the end, they made me draw the inside of it.
Shut up.
I got to see the principal cuss Because he was like, I couldn't believe this shit. It looked just like a pipe bomb we got in training. The fire department was like, yeah, there's totally pipe bombs that people make for reals out of the back of a flashlight look just like this.
No.
Yeah, and they had put it. There was this fenced-in area where they had all the broken desks to get around to fixing Never, and they took one broken desk and put my pipe bomb in the middle of it and scattered everything away from it.
Oh
And
my God.
they take me to this place, and I just giggle immediately, and they look at me like, "Why would you be giggling? We're dealing with the pipe bomb." And like, you forget, I just mean my stupid battery holder.
It's my
So
battery
they have
holder,
me
yeah.
go up to it and take the batteries out, and they all sigh when I take the batteries out. I'm like, you guys, like my bomb's gonna just get all hot, and
Yeah.
that's it. Come on.
So
What bombs just get hot, and it's a warming bomb.
if there's
job.
anybody that ever
a
needs a
hand warmer
pipe bomb, our friend Waz will hook you up with a pipe bomb.
I can make you a crappy hand warmer.
Yeah, crappy animal.
And ATF will probably show up.
Jeff said the tips were actually pretty tasty, though. He did
Gross.
enjoy them. And he ate the whole bag. I don't know how he ate the whole bag, but he did. He says it took him
So
three
what?
tries.
How was your butthole afterwards? Legit. Don't
Yeah,
lie.
like, yeah.
I'm curious.
Was it like
Because like
Poop
when I
in liquid
eat
cement?
stuff like that, because my sister-in-law, she eats really hot chips. When I say really hot, like I mean really hot, like really really hot.
these were ghost pepper?
And then like she's good, and like if I eat one chip, like I gotta go poop.
People don't usually live through being ghosts.
They don't. That's rough.
Yeah, I mean,
Was that it?
yeah, that's it.
Woo.
That was so like.
But you guys took the pipe bomb thing so far.
Should we do some more manual commercials?
We should.
All right, you do.
Our-
I'm gonna make some wiener water.
Our first one is the classic rock. Let me. Nope, it's not gonna let me do it.
LV
So
Classic
if-
Rock is our sister station.
It is. It's our sister station.
If
Go
you
ahead.
look up LV Classic Rock, get ready for a good time. This station was on the airwaves and got revitalized online, where its loyal following are ready to be your buddies as you relive classic rock gladness of our favorite yesterdays.
And if I remember right, they're actually attached. If they have our app, if our
That's exactly right.
viewers and whatnot or have our app and whatnot, you can not only get the Radio Vegas app, but you can also get it's within the app.
Yeah,
you
you-
can go to Radio Vegas and get what's currently live.
Go to
And you can
RadioVegas.rocks, click on the icons that look like Apple or Android buddies, whichever one's you, and you get that app from there. And yeah, you get both stations streaming. You can do other stuff on your phone at the same time while you get those musics going on from either of us.
And get
Just-
the app if you don't. If you don't, you're crazy.
It's
Music
a
on the
freaking
go.
friendly app. We've only made it better, and if you get the streaming time going on that, it keeps going while you do other things, and it's a good time. It's your buddies
Mike's
hanging out
having a
with
good
you
time behind you.
electronically. It's digital friendship for the new generation of America.
Now the next, this is
The fresh generation of the new.
the dopest place
It's
in
dank.
all of Vegas. Jesse Ray's Barbecue has some of the best food
Jesse Ray's.
that you can possibly get. It like it says, it's barbecue, and not only barbecue, but it's damn good barbecue.
That pulled
They
pork,
have-
that brisket.
Oh, they have everything. You want your brisket and your mac and cheese? I did. Order it. It's amazing. They have so
And
many different
The
sauces.
plates they use, their napkins are just top quality.
They predate this whole pulled pork trend. They're part of the people that got people excited about pulling their pork.
Back when
Yeah.
it was still push pork.
Yeah, when people were pushing their pork around
Yeah.
like civilians,
they got people pulling it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like,
They
hey,
got
now we
people
pull
pulling
it.
it.
you should pull your pork.
like
Yeah.
master
Pull
generals.
your pork.
Yeah.
We're
That's
like
what you get with Jesse Ray's fantastic
admirals.
barbecue. Go there.
pork admirals even.
Pork admirals.
Yeah.
Rock and Comedy Show.
Oh, we talked enough about that. No, just kidding. There
Yeah,
can never be
Rockin'-
enough.
The Rock and Comedy Show. It's Rock and Comedy Show is a 3-hour show, 3 days a week. Correct?
Yeah, it's Sundays at 6, Mondays and Tuesdays at 3, probably. But check out the schedule page on RadioVegas.rocks in case I bungled that.
And then
Because that schedule page is full of all kinds of great live shows. This is a good time to mention folks like the Mixtape with Lizzie Minx. Mike Duber's show is on there, and that's awesome. CC Samples show every other week.
Greasy Conversation.
Greasy conversation.
Matter of fact, let's talk about greasy conversation.
Sundays at 4 to 6 now. We just moved to Sundays 4 to 6.
Okay.
So
Make
you
up
can,
your mind.
you can catch up with some sunshine up upon top us. You don't have to lose this. We usher you into
Whoa.
the sunset.
That's
We,
right.
we
That's
go.
right.
We walk into the sunset together.
Ooh, that's sexy. I like
Right?
that.
So
And
in
for those
response,
that don't know,
it's hot takes on the news.
you also go down to the arts district.
Exactly. Saturday.
What do you do? What do you do,
Uh,
Roz?
Saturday nights, starting about 10 till 2 in the morning, I'm joining DJ Dad Shirt at Rebar, where I'm also
Nice.
doing some of my own sets mingled in with them.
What do you do in a set?
There is guitar playing, and there's sensors that sense the distance of your hands to do gesture-controlled remixing of my beats in real time.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, come check that out.
It's a laser light show for your ears.
Beautiful.
in response to what it felt like, his bum hole,
Oh, yeah.
his response was like a Magnolite hand warmer.
So
Bringing it
basically a
back to
pipe
your
Yeah.
pipe
basically a pipe bomb went off in his
Little
ass.
Johnny hand warmer.
and
How
good
does your
old
toilet feel? Is it
GM
cracked?
Simpson
We had
says,
to
"Hey,
replace
Mike
it.
and others, what's going on, buddy?
A mother's.
Thanks for joining us. Very cool to have you on here."
Welcome.
And Phil Gerson says, "Hold my pickle, pull my lettuce. Special orders don't upset us. All we ask is that you let us pull it your way,"
My
which
man.
is actually very clever. Very clever.
Accommodating.
Yes, that was good. That was pretty G.
I like that.
I guess since we're on the fast food thing, I think I found a venue that your wife or your soon-to-be wife would love to get married at.
Okay.
McDonald's is now having weddings. Did you know this?
Finally.
I'd rather have a wedding at White Castle.
I mean, for everybody, not just the elite.
Yeah, for everybody. Hey, do you
Not
fan-
just the elite. not just
not just for
The
the Mayor
McDonald's
McCheeses of the world?
I like to brag that I pulled in a special favor to make it happen.
Toilet looked like a mini crater lake, he said.
Oh man.
Hey, do you fancy getting hitched in McDonald's? There are words that every girl dreams of hearing in the lead up to her big day. Big Macs, chicken nuggets, McFlurries, the lingering smell of grease. What's not to love?
Show me your Cookie Monster.
Well, this dream can now become a reality as the fast food chain has revealed that they are offering their very own wedding service. As you can imagine, it's ridiculously cheap.
Oh, dollar menu.
How cheap? Well, let me kind of give it to you like this. The average American weddings tend to set couples back around 30 grand, which is a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, let's be honest. McDonald's, on the other hand, the fast food chain has priced up their wedding service, which they have dubbed as the happiness party,
Oh.
at a very doable $381.
Oh, okay.
Do you get
This
any Big Macs
happiness
with
party,
that?
though, it sounds culty.
This package offers
Get
a
that backlit
2-hour
first.
venue rental, basic audio equipment, and a party MC. And for a little bit
included?
extra,
Wow.
for a little bit extra, you can upgrade to their deluxe Love Forever party, which offers a 2-hour venue rental, 2 McDonald's balloon wedding rings,
Boom.
a balloon bridal bouquet, and a party MC. But that's $1,271.
Dang,
Oh,
free
yeah.
wedding rings, though.
Decorations include a romantic roses balloon arch, a heart-shaped balloon set, and a love balloon table runner. And
You know what there's that methane shortage. I mean, that propane. What's that stupid gas? The floaty gas.
Lithane, Lithuanium?
The Lithuanian shortage, where there's none of that Lithuanian gas for the floaty balloons anymore.
helium.
Oh yeah, so that's you're really
Yeah.
getting a deal. I mean, you can resell that helium and make your money back.
Boom. So the packages include everything from McDonald's branded wedding rings to tiered apple pie cake displays and customized
Oh, that sounds
invitations.
so good.
Um,
Those apple pies with like icing on them and stuff. Doesn't that sound delightful?
And a little bit of ice cream on the
Fondant, just bricks of fondant.
we started the program because many.
side. Sprinkle me.
Who likes fondant anyway?
Sprinkle me.
Fondant's gross. Anyway, go on.
It is. It's totally gross. Bro.
Does it come with? I'm trying to figure out if it does come with. What it comes with here. We started the program because many customers tell us that McDonald's is where they first started dating. McDonald's is where their love stories grew. There's one little catch. Let's see here. The budget wedding services are only available in Hong Kong.
Oh,
All this you tease us with, and it's only a Hong Kong thing.
Yep. It's supposed to expand.
I could make that happen in America. Call me, holla at
Just,
me.
I'm gonna tell you what that
Go to
means.
McDonald's wedding.
If you
I'll
have
hook
a
it up, holla at me.
girlfriend, if you have a girlfriend and she's booking you flights to Hong Kong, be worried.
Yeah, you can afford a better wedding if that's going on.
Well,
yeah,
then-
you know, I wonder how much pricing would be.
Officiated by Father McDonald. Yes.
Father McDonald.
McDonald's the Love Shack. It's true.
My dear father.
G back to hydrogen.
Yeah, Bernie balloons.
Bernie balloons. So I thought that was interesting. You get married by Mayor McCheese.
I like it.
Yeah.
You know,
Have Hamburglar crash your party.
your marriage would last as long as the 10-year-old burger and fries. Did you see that in Iceland?
What?
This McDonald's closed down 10 years ago in Iceland, and it was their only McDonald's. And this guy saved the burger and fries in his garage, and it looks remarkably similar still.
Yep.
It just looks
kinda
dusty.
dusty.
It does, though.
What did he
Dusty
do?
burger.
Mummify it?
No, he just left it on a shelf and forgot about it for 10 years until he had to move. And it just looks like dusty burger and fries. Like, it looks like a burger and fries with a
And
lot of
that's
dust
why
on it.
you shouldn't eat McDonald's
Fred
is
Schneider.
because there's that
Durable.
much preservatives.
Dude, it makes your inside so, like, rich and
It
luxurious.
does float and burn.
Yeah, it floats and burns like a witch. McDonald's McWitch Deluxe. No, really though, your inside's gonna last forever.
So
if you
what
coat it.
do you got? Did you get a news story that just hit your?
I do. I have a news story about a scrotum.
Oh, it hit your desk.
Grimace is the ring bearer. That'd be great. He just put it on the top of his head.
So doctors have reported
perfect.
the case of a 43-year-old man who arrived at an emergency room showing signs of fever and increased heart rate and an unusually massive swelling of the scrotum.
Oh,
He
scrotum
informed
swelling serious.
doctors that he had suffered from the scrotal swelling for the last 3 decades, but had not sought medical treatment. However, it had got to the point where he was unable to get about without using a walker and relied on his mother for most of his daily needs.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine asking your mom, be like, "Hey, mom, my scrotum hurts."
I can't get
I
around
need
because
your
my
help.
balls
Like,
are too big. I have to hold them
At
up with
what
something.
point don't you just?
This is not elephantitis, by the way. I
No,
don't.
they
I
just
don't, I
hurt.
don't mean
They
to.
weren't ginormous
I don't
size?
mean to ruin the story, but this is not about elephantitis.
Okay.
Take them shits out if they're causing a problem.
A ball buster. It is.
Just go, what are you doing with them anyway? What, you having a litter? Take that shits out.
Upon inspection, the doctors found a massive scrotal edema, which is an enlarged scrotal sac, with displacement past the level of his knees.
What?
I told you shit was like too big.
The skin
Do your
of
balls
his
hang
scrotal
low? Do
sac
they wobble to
had
and fro?
thickened. That's a funny story. A funny song for the story. And 2 large open wounds were also quite visible.
No, you
With-
missed it.
Foul
Take it off.
smelling
No. Oh man.
and fluid leaking out of them.
Oh,
the doctors
you should
described.
read this quicker.
The man finally went to the ER of the hospital
that
in
away.
Panama
Get rid of that.
and was given a scan of his abdomen and pelvis, revealing a large inaugural hernia. Part of his bowel tissue was protruding through his abdomen muscle.
Don't take
Oh
a
my
scan.
God.
Just throw it all away. Take it off and throw it away and start
That's-
fresh. Don't need to scan it.
We're getting
Get
there.
that shit out
David
of here.
says, "Mom,
We're getting
Mom,
Get
my
rid of
balls
that.
hurt."
Get rid of
Oh,
it.
my balls is hurting.
30 years of that baloney, throw it away.
Oh my,
My
god.
balls.
Right?
Talk about a
30 years of
hoarder.
having a
That's a
hernia?
flesh hoarder.
The hernia led to blockage in the lymphatic system
Yeah.
that
Get rid of
prevents
it.
lymph fluid from draining,
Throw that
causing
away,
a
too.
buildup of fluid and swelling in the scrotum, which had gradually worsened.
Throw it all away.
They diagnosed him with foreigner's gangrene,
Oh,
a
jeez.
sometimes life-threatening type of flesh-eating infection that primarily affects the genitals.
Testiculus maximus.
Concerned by the risks of rotting flesh, he was taken to surgery for emergency
Anything.
removal.
Yeah.
Emergency anything.
Get rid of all of it.
all that damn shit.
Yeah.
Removal of tissue and
He might
his
have been on
infected scrotal skin.
Yeah.
The surgeons
Get it all
found
out of here.
the fat below his skin, as well as further
Toss that
open
out, too.
wounds. A catheter was placed Well, that was to help him go pee. We'll
We didn't
we'll
need
go past.
that detail.
Yeah, seriously.
You don't need to tell us.
Okay, well, so we'll just
Where they
Ballectomy.
stitched
It
him.
was
just-
a ballectomy.
basically his shit got removed.
He got 12 cups of orange juice in there too. We don't need all these details. He had eggs every other morning.
William Day just sent us a link on a man who had a 100-pound scrotum fixed.
See?
This
It's
might
a
have been
thing.
the article. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't
what
had
you
him
read.
get bigger than like a grapefruit, which is
However,
still pretty huge.
I'll go to the
That was
end.
temporary.
A follow-up
Good.
4 weeks later found that he was healing well with satisfactory cosmetic and functional outcome.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah.
Had you just gone to the doctor in the first place?
Yeah, don't wait 3 decades. Basically, if your scrotum hurts, don't wait 3 decades. That's just silly.
get
That's
it
so
taken care of
that's
now.
so silly.
And the only thing that you could really wait on until it's too late is the eyeballs. You know what I mean? Gotta get your eyes checked. I'll check it in 30 years. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That I
If
get.
there's anything like
That's where I'm
hanging
at.
off, if there's holes in your eyes,
Yeah, if you have
Jeff-
a bump on your leg or anything crazy, you got to go to the doctor and get that checked
Phil
out.
says surgeons got out the potato peeler and whittled his
Ah!
balls down.
why potato peeler?
And Def said,
funny.
anyone
Ah!
want some yogurt? Greg says you.
Oh, why say things
no,
like that?
no,
in
yeah,
context?
that's
I think
not
it's
allowed.
called Scrogert.
Oh
No.
man,
Oh, somebody put a big old William Day.
you got spammed.
Another one from the Huffington Post from William Day.
Hey, use Bitly next time. I'm just gonna trash your commenters. Look, shorten your
Yeah,
links, man.
William.
What is with this link? What do you want to show us your whole search history? Shorten that link.
Oh, that guy actually. Oh, you know what? I've seen that one. I think I know about this guy. There's a guy who lives in Vegas that's got a giant scrotum, and he has to put it on like it's got its own chair and stuff. Like
His
when he
dick
goes on
has
the
a
bus.
chair?
No, his balls. His balls are
His
massive.
balls sit on a little chair.
Yeah,
like a
he
little
has
lawn
like
chair?
a stool and stuff.
Listen, if
I had a scrotal
your
support.
junk had no,
I told you early on about my scrotal support, right? When I had
What?
ball surgery,
You had to have ball surgery.
I had
Let's
one of
get
my
into this.
balls
Yeah,
pulled
I
out of my
wanna-
body and put back in.
oh,
And afterwards, I
That
had to
sounds
wear
redundant.
I had to wear a nut bra
a nut bra.
because they cut you at the hip and then they pull it up by the cord. No kidding, because the scrotum doesn't
Did
heal
you
as
have
well
like
when you
a
cut it.
hernia?
No, there was just a little calcium deposit on one of them.
Oh, and they had to go.
The
in
other
and-
one got it too, but that doctor was like, "Oh yeah, some balls just do that." The other doctor cut you open for that. Like, yeah, it was a whole thing.
it was a big thing.
Yeah. He didn't know what the fuck it was, and he cut that off and was like, "Okay, so if you wake up with 2 balls, it wasn't anything cancerous or anything. It was just some crunchy thing. I don't know what it is, but I was supposed to learn it
Wow.
in school. But I'm gonna experiment on you instead."
That
So
sounds
then
scary.
I got a scrotal support, and we all called it the nut bra
I
because
actually
we
had,
discussed it.
I had a urethra enlargement when I was 4.
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
if I don't know, were we recording
Gotta adjust
sessions
this
when
stuff.
we talked about
Gotta
your
make
enlarged
adjustments.
urethra
Hitler-
and how you
Can you
got
pee
E.
really
coli?
quick now?
Yeah. Hitler had one ball. Yeah, I got E. coli because of my stupid urethra enlargement surgery. So
Oh,
now
I
that
think
I'm
I heard
older,
about
like
this part.
yeah, when I pee, it's like a shotgun going off.
Yeah, you can just like throw it out. It's like
Yeah.
tossing a cup of water out the door.
It really is. So
Just sploosh.
my
handled.
dog had pooped himself, and
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah.
wife for some reason drew a bath, put him in the bath to clean him off, but we didn't like have the bath water like running out. And so he just basically seeped into his poo water. We pulled him out, and I wrapped him in a towel, and I was wearing shorts, and I just sat him in my lap. His nasty poo water went through the towel, went through my shorts, into my underwear, and crawled up my pee hole, and I wound up getting E. coli. And the doctors,
You know what the
refused to
doctor said?
believe-
If you would have washed him a little better, his poopy wouldn't have gotten.
actually,
in
they
your pee
they
hole.
said that I had a STD, and I was like, "Look, I've been married for 2 years." He's like, "Sure, yeah." And I was like, "No, really. Like that's not what happened. I'm trying to tell you what happened." So he gave me the azithromycin for like chlamydia or whatever, and it didn't work. And I started peeing blood. I had to go back, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, well we tested it this time, and you've got E. coli."
Yeah, I told
I
you
was
it
like,
was
"I'm
something.
telling you."
yeah.
Lies.
That's why our American health system
My dog
is so
buggered
good
me.
and so worth spending so much money on. It's the best health system and worth the most money to be spending on. For sure, it's the best one.
Why? You know what? It could be worse. You could be
Never
an
let him put you out.
attendant
Ask to
of
watch.
the VA, and you could be a VA patient. That's pretty horrific. Factual.
It sounds better than a like no medical care.
Yeah.
It's about the same.
Okay.
You don't have any weird pee-pee stories
Weird pee-pee stories.
or scrotum stories?
Scrotum stories.
No.
It's just
never got your-
awkwardly big is
Okay,
all.
when I was,
I
fine,
just
I'll
like
keep
to
going.
pee on stuff.
Sometimes I
I'm
have to
just like
toss
a
it over
dog.
my shoulder.
When I was 14, I got stuck on the top of a fence because you know those chain link fences. They came up like this, and
you were that kid.
it got caught
Everybody
on my
has
sack.
that neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caught
oh,
on
yeah.
your sack?
It did. It got caught on my sack.
I saw this happen to a friend.
Yeah.
Their sack get caught on a fence.
I was
it was a
with-
picket fence though.
I was with a friend and I was stuck, holding myself up. I couldn't move.
Yeah.
And I kept telling I was with
you
this
get
lady
stuck
named
on that shit.
Danica, and I was like, Danica, you need to go get somebody. I'm stuck. I need somebody to help me off
Get
this.
in your race car.
She was
and go.
laughing so hard. She
Oh, I would have laughed at you
she
too.
was crying. She was laughing so hard. So I got stuck up there.
By your sack.
Yeah. So I was up there for like 10 minutes. My arms were shaking. I couldn't hold myself up anymore. But luckily, thank God, it just like I must
You
have
got it
like
unhooked?
wiggled it enough to unhook myself.
You know, I hang out
I
with
never
you
climbed
so
that fence
much.
again.
Yeah.
I've never experienced any of these funny stories that you always seem
have you
to
at least
have.
pinched it in a
I
toilet
could have been a
seat?
Um,
eunuch.
you know what? Yeah, I
Phil
have.
says his father got a
Alright.
quintuple bypass at the VA, and it was excellent.
Oh, I'm very glad to hear that.
These are the stories that keep us coming back week after week. You're welcome, Craig.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as like getting my pee stuck or doing anything, I mean, I don't know. My mom always said I used to yank on it, and she was always scared. You know, she like don't easy with that,
you gotta,
easy with that.
Keep it
Yeah.
durable.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, maybe that's why I like to play with it so much today. But
How
I
do
don't.
you guys not have more pee stories?
I got
don't-
one more.
Okay,
I got
good,
a
good,
juicy
All
one
right, go
more.
go 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 go. I mean, I
So-
feel bad, so you take my place.
I've got one
All
for
right,
you.
go.
You can keep it. I was a Mormon missionary,
Yes.
which
yes!
I didn't do for a full 2 years. I only did it for 9 months. And
Did they kick you out?
This is when I had the second lump on the other ball. And this was the second doctor that was like, "Oh no, I've seen these. Some balls just make these all the time. We don't have to surgery. It's just
Oh, so
another
you
one
went to
of
the
those
same doctor both
Some
times.
balls get all the love.
things." What?
You said some while ago, some balls just do that, and
Yeah, the first doctor was like, "What is this? I have to take it out and play with it." The second doctor was like, "Oh no, we don't do surgery for this. It's just you just get
It's
these."
just a nut.
Yeah, just some people just make a little calcium nipple on there.
Nice.
So, but then it was after this doctor had inspected everything and held it
Like
and
Inspector
ultrasound
Gadget.
it, did an ultrasound on it like a newborn baby. I got to see my balls ultrasounded,
weird.
Aww.
looking like a baby, but just a solid massive ball.
It's a boy. Look right there. It's a boy.
Totally.
Little guy.
I saw it very detailed. So the person that did the probing, this ended up being the daughter of this elderly couple that liked to feed the missionaries. So I went to get fed a week later, and there at the table was my ball frober.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness.
And she wasn't like active in the church at all. This was just like, oh, turns out I probed a missionary.
Nice. Nice.
I
Yeah.
probably would have drop kicked them and seen what happened.
There was
That's
an
my response.
intimate. We looked at each other over the tables. We had
You're
a
like,
meal
hey.
with knowing a secret intimacy.
When I was like 3, I was like that age where you could just lay your pee-pee on the toilet, and so I would do that. I would just lay the pee-pee on the toilet and go pee, and the damn seat came down. It nailed me good, bro. Nailed me good.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. I've even, you know what? I've even got my pee-pee stuck in one of those
Glory
closing
holes?
doors
Oh.
in the shower.
What?
Yeah.
That's sloppy.
It
Yeah,
was.
that's sloppy work.
Yeah.
You're not paying attention. You
Well,
don't wake up all the
that
way.
seems to always be my okay.
You have a cup of coffee
Yeah,
and take a shower.
All right, so here's a very interesting story, and it actually doesn't involve my scrotum so much, but it's still pretty funny.
Just
so I
down
was
there.
like 19, I had a girlfriend at my
Of
house,
course you did.
you know, but I only had I was obviously super poor, and I only had a little twin bed. So she's on the bed, and we're both naked, right? And I stand up, and she bends over, I guess, to like kiss me on the butt, but I farted instead.
Oh, that's a promo.
And
this
she
is
goes-
a promo.
She goes, oh, she makes a sound, and I don't know. So I turn around and I elbow her in the face and knock her off the bed.
You know you're not supposed to approach a horse from behind
Right, exactly.
She was just trying to get a little ass play.
Yeah.
because they could fart and elbow you.
Yeah.
No, this was a young girl. She didn't look. She's just like,
It was-
Mike's got a beautiful
This
ass.
is so fun.
Just want to kiss it.
I was like,
This is so fun. I
if
wanna
this
kiss
woman
you back.
never comes back, I understand. You know?
Did she come back?
She did.
Yes.
No, how many of you have elbowed a lover? I've elbowed a couple
totally,
lovers.
Have you really?
I'm just throwing bows all over.
I don't know if I've. That was the only time I can think of that I actually like.
Really
some
solidly
serious
elbowed a
damage.
lady.
Tiana Bruger says, "Throw me a peace sign, the Hank."
Oh yeah, you have to prove to her that it's live, that we're not pre-recording this.
Peace.
Yeah.
That's a gang sign for the
For
homies.
radio people hearing, we're very.
If it was
audibly
gimme,
peace signing.
that was the time to learn if there was like a fence grow spell. That would be good. Names, please. Names of what? Of who that was?
Of who I've elbowed?
Is that what you mean?
Norm
Have you
Abram
ever- have you
from
ever
the New
been
Yankee
banging it?
Workshop.
No.
Her name was Leona. if that's
Bob Vila from Home Again.
what- it was Bob Vila.
Bavia. Home Improvement.
What?
He should have made a better
And Bob Ross
better headboard.
should have made a better headboard. You should hear. I had a friend that went into a closet to make love with a woman in the dark, and he did that because he was missing a pectoral muscle, like an
Really?
entire pectoral muscle. So he was
Did he-
conscious about it. So he would go somewhere super dark. So they went into the closet, and they were getting intimate, and he pushes her up against like one of the shelves, but the shelf wasn't built in. It was just a separate shelf, and
So
it
it's like a
collapsed on
CD
them.
case.
Yeah.
And it just.
It collapsed on them, and they got stuck. They had to wait for the person who owns the house to come and find them.
Oh,
With his pants on his ankle, and they were both stuck.
that's
And because
awesome.
and he couldn't lift it off because he only has one pec muscle. Like, it was a whole thing.
Never bang your chick with in a tough spot when you only got one peck muscle.
What a bond they must have to this day.
Oh, I don't think he ever saw her again. Yeah.
They spent plenty of time together.
He told me about that story, and it was many years later, and he was quite single. So,
Yeah, well, if the old lady wasn't listening, maybe we could go a little further. But
Tiana gives it right back to you, bud.
what's up? What's up?
Those are some of my. Those are my pee-pee stories. That's
Yeah.
basically. That's what I got.
I feel like that's a solid wiener conclusion to
I-
move on to some Bob Thorntons, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think now's a good time to manually pay our bills because we cannot get our commercials to work, and he's going to show you. Go ahead.
I'm not going to.
You were here
Just show us.
earlier.
It's a little embarrassing.
Show us what's happening.
Okay, here. First commercial on us.
Hey, listen up, guys.
And that's all you get.
All right.
So
and
listen
we're
up,
going to go
okay?
on to the next one.
Big old tree.
And then we're going to go on to yet one of our greater sponsors, Kicker.
Oh my god,
Pretty
why
good,
is
huh?
that one not
You
working?
So-
can feel the bass.
We'll do it again.
You guys know these are great headphones. I don't have to tell you a second time, but I'll tell you a third. There's a different style of them too that are more metal and similar to Beats, but with this Kicker solid.
And by
value
beats, you mean the
situation.
headphones, not the vegetable.
They're a lot like this vegetable that sounds amazing when you put your ears.
They are.
like
There's
against it.
several. I'm wearing the older version. There's a newer version.
Well, they have different applications because these completely cover your ears and the other ones don't. So these are great for getting like people have been recording with them and saying they get good isolation. I have a good situation on the airplane with these fellas,
Yes,
and I can
totally.
just like lie over and get pillow time and
Yes.
just use it like a flight pillow too.
I use them at home. I like it. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. And they also have a bullfrog speaker, which is also
Holy
great
crap!
for,
The bullfrog.
yeah.
Oh, bro.
This
it's
Bluetooth
a
speaker-
speaker that you can legit
You can dip it in water.
throw in your pool, and it's waterproof.
It's
and
very rubbery, durable.
You can listen at a high rate of music volume, and it sounds fantastic.
You
great.
can charge your phone with it.
You can. There's USB plugins.
There's
I
a
probably
thing on the
wouldn't do
bottom.
that while in the pool.
Yeah.
Don't charge
But-
your phone with the
Yeah,
pool.
don't charge your phone.
Don't
in the
charge
pool.
your pool.
Did you ever stick like something like silverware-y?
Okay, I
into
got a
an
funny story.
outlet?
Oh, yeah,
So
daily.
yes, that I was getting ready to say. So
Those are our
in junior
commercials.
high,
Continue.
no, I got one more commercial. But it's so funny that you bring that up. In junior high school, we were all bored as hell, and because junior high is
gum
like
wrapper.
the seventh grade, so there's no more recess.
Right.
None of that shit. All of a sudden, this
Grown-up
it gets
time.
a little more serious.
Did you do the gum wrapper
So
thing?
you could go. I did one slightly better.
I want to hear your version. You can imagine my
We-
version.
So me and some buddies are
Probably involves a
bored
pipe bomb.
out of our out of our mind. No, Ronnie wasn't a part of this, but one of our friends mutually were. We got a paperclip,
Yeah.
and we decided to put one side of the paperclip in the top, and then one in the bottom,
And on the other side in your butt.
and then on the shoe with our shoe,
Yeah.
we pushed it in.
You kick it
And the
in.
thing goes, and it goes pure red, and then it basically shorts out the whole damn.
It's
system.
beautiful.
Wow.
Everyone do it.
It's really cool. If you ever want to go, I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing it at your house, but if you got somebody that you don't like,
Yeah.
use their outlet.
Go to the Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Go to
Oh,
your
yeah.
homeowners association building.
Oh, totally do that. I hate my HOA. Camco, you can go to hell. It was so funny to watch. It went like to a bright red and immediately went off to
Wow.
like a gray. It was really super cool. What
Gum
do you
wrapper
got?
is more poppy.
Gum wrapper. What do you have? What's a gum
we
wrapper?
fold the gum wrapper between the two prongs.
Yeah?
And stick it almost in there, so then you could just stomp your foot over it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
go
yeah.
Kaplap under your foot.
Interesting.
Leave a
Nice.
scorch mark.
I've never done
Okay.
anything like that, but
I watched another kid do it. I egged him on.
there was this one child, and when I was a little bit older, and there was this one child that just did everything you told him not to do, and he had a fork, he had his mind that he was going to put it into a light socket, and that was that.
A fork?
Fork.
That's serious.
We kept telling him no, 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 no.
It's gonna
And
go through the fork, not
so
through your
let me
body.
give you an idea of the layout. There is the living room, right? The door comes in, living room. Right next to the living room, there's a little divider wall, but it's mostly open to the dining room. And then over there is the kitchen, right?
Okay.
So it's like this L. So we are standing in the living room because we had just come in from outside. And he's got the fork, and he goes running into the dining room. But remember, there's this little bit of a wall there, just a little bit. So we can't really see him at that point. All you hear
Thank you,
is
DJ.
an ever-loving bang. I mean, it sounds like a bomb went off. And he literally flies like this all the way down into the living room and rolls and hits the door.
So he held on to it?
Yeah.
He
Hit
overreacted.
bo-
You're not
both of his hands
you're
were
not
black.
supposed to do that.
This was partly him
So-
spasming all his muscles with panic.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when I said that it got pushed in with our shoe? Like, I don't...
That is safer.
I wouldn't hold it. If you decide to do that, like, don't use your hands.
There's a video. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the video of the guy who puts the knife in the toaster and it explodes and knocks him back.
No, I've not seen anything. That makes
Yeah.
me want to.
You should
People
see it.
fake some of this stuff.
Phil says he put a piece of electric wire into the electric plug when he
That's
was
cool.
4.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
when you're 4.
See,
oh,
now
shit.
I've electrocuted myself. I stuck my finger into a light socket once. Obviously the light bulb burned out, and so I was trying to search to figure out where the hole was because I couldn't see, which is a bad idea.
Yeah.
To don't buy Braille putting in a light bulb.
Man, I had my fingers in fingers and pliers and all that climbing into old stereos and stuff a ton growing up. I'd just get some jiggles. I wouldn't get all these explosions.
Oh man.
I
These
have-
pussies with their crazy explosions. I don't get how they're getting that.
I did pick up a PC once, and for some reason there was some exposed wires. And when I picked up the PC, the base, I took one hell of a jolt.
A
And
good wallop.
and then I couldn't let it go. And so for about 6 seconds, I'm sitting there, get the
See-
shit shot. And
You know,
and
it's
my mom
actually-
sat there and laughed. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I have PC.
No.
I shouldn't be moving it."
You pinched a nerve, which happens so similar. Because, like, AC won't lock your muscles. Only DC will lock your muscles. And the 12 volts in a computer case, even with the high current available, you'd have to be soaking wet to even feel 12 volts, to even notice it's doing anything to you, let alone really giving a muscle lock. So unless you just got out of the pool and grabbed that computer, you wouldn't even be feeling like a DC that could lock. But what happens is those corners, you can pinch a muscle. And, like, what happened to me once, a video game machine.
Are you just saying that I'm just a puss?
No, because I've got a story.
Yes.
You know the yeah, basically. Have you ever done that with like your funny bone or
yeah.
that muscle in your
Yeah,
elbow?
that's
So-
almost
You make that
exactly what
noise.
it felt like.
Well,
except it was so intense.
That same nerve sticks out in places in your hand and wrist too, because it goes all the way up there. And one time I grabbed a pinball machine or an arcade machine at the Pinball Hall of Fame wrong, and like the corner of it stuck into my hand and hit
Oh,
that
wow.
nerve, and it felt just like I zapped the shit out of myself, and it looked like I got the shit zapped out of myself, but I knew because it was I'm familiar with a couple spots where that nerve just sticks out
Yeah.
because I've hit it before.
Man, I wish I would have known that when I was a cop.
Okay.
I kept hitting it. Well, it's in different places and different people. But like I kept hitting it that whole night. Like I kept grabbing because then it was like swollen or something. And I'd grab the like joystick and feel like I zapped myself again.
That's crazy. When I was when my dad still had his place, I was younger. I was trying to hook up. I got a new computer. I was trying to hook up the internet to it. The Cox cable. It just came out with a new modem. I was very excited, and I was trying to plug the coaxial cable into the modem, but I'm fighting it, and I'm like, I can't. I don't know why I can't get this on, and my hands are like burning. And it's a weird burning, but I'm like, I don't understand what's going on until finally it got so bad I had to let go. And I was like, that's weird. So I went and grabbed it again, like, Oh, I'm electrocuting myself. I didn't even know what I was doing. I had no idea.
Zapping you good the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. And I'm like,
So-
no!
Were you cramming it into the right thing?
Probably not.
Okay, because I was like, that thing should just be like low voltage signals. It's just like data on there.
Yeah.
So Waz is
Well,
basically
okay.
showing us how ignorant we are
We
with
also
electricity
found out.
right now.
Yeah. We also found the house was built in like 1955.
Yeah, so
And had
all manner
serious-
of shit could be climbing in there.
Yeah, massive electric issues.
Well, you can have a parasitic thing with if that cable's running next to some shitty house wires.
Yeah, and it
they
can-
can actually be putting a little bit of current into that data line that you'd still feel
Yeah.
between that and ground.
Yeah, because it wasn't like a
Because then
lot.
the modem would be grounded if it was plugged into the power supply and you're trying to hook those two together. There could be a little bit of current flow that you'd
Yeah.
feel. Because like if you have a really high voltage but a really low current, like static electricity, you can dramatically feel it while it's not actually harmful.
Oh, you know,
Like
can I-
stun guns, for example, are always super high voltage but not as high a current.
Right.
So that's why they're not lethal, even though they're really painful.
Very painful.
Wait, stun gun story. I made a stun gun in high
Stun
school.
gun or taser?
Taser, not a real stun gun, not like a
Because
brand.
stun
No.
guns will hurt your ass, but a
No,
taser is
taser is the
50,000
brand
volts.
name. So like I made a stun gun from a camera flash circuit.
Wow.
Which is like a known thing now, but at this time it was like an underground thing that like you charge this capacitor for a camera flash and it's a shit ton of voltage. So I ran the output of the capacitor to 2 needles and I hit it in a juice box.
Nice.
It like bent VCR metal so the juice box
An
had some heft.
ecto-cooler?
Yeah. So it was a high C. I think it might have been ecto cooler. But the needles like folded up in the bottom and I would put like scorch marks and quarters. And I just brought to school one day and showed friends that I knew were friends with these other kids that were like messing with me. And they never even like approached me again. But like the teachers and stuff like the next day were like, I heard you had a homemade stun gun. It's like, that's silly.
That's absurd.
That
So
sounds like a difficult
ridiculous.
thing to make.
Greg says
And-
Mike is a walking, talking PSA.
It's
It's
perfect.
true.
I didn't bring it a second day, so they searched me fine. And it was just like, oh, I guess it was a weird rumor.
Must have been a rumor.
That's so unlike my character.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do
You
anything
never
like
get caught
that.
with anything troublesome in electronics.
I'm going to jump us over to computers. We were at Best Buy today, and they had in a box a pre-made iBuyPower brand of PC. Now, what's so interesting about that was my very first computer I ever built was from iBuyPower, and it cost me $2,000
Dang.
Wow.
to build it, and I was 18. I'm 36 now, and they are now selling iBuyPower at Best Buy for like $900.
Yeah.
F my life. And I used a credit card to pay for it because my old friend, my ex-friend, who he's a jerk, so Eric Scallion.
Not gonna name any names, asshole, but
Jeff and Phil probably
Don't
know who
hire
this is. Eric Scallion was like, "Oh yeah, no, just get this credit card, and then you use that, and you just get the computer." I'm like, "Oh, well, that sounds." He didn't tell me anything about payment schedules, interest. I had no idea what any of that stuff was. Yeah, it was a downward spiral. Because then I was like, wow, all you need is this card and you get stuff for free. I went to Express. I must have opened up like 3 or 4 credit cards, not realizing what the hell I was doing.
Nice.
Yep. I know now. I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
iPod Mini right before the
Yeah.
Nano came out. Like, now I'm paying on this stupid Mini, and it's all worth a quarter as much. Stupid Nano coming out.
No.
Stupid.
Bro, you know how
hard
long
drive.
it took me
I
to...
have a very similar story.
Jeff remembers that twat waffle.
I waffle.
Yeah, I had the,
I my very
Best Buy
first
card,
credit
too.
card.
that was my first one too. It was the Best Buy one.
I knew that you would have to at some point pay it back, but like I was going to concerts, I was going to country concerts, like it was going out of style.
Yeah.
Like anybody, everybody. I was buying stereos. I think I racked up like $5,000, and then
That was when they give you a real credit limit. Now the credit limit's like
true.
300, 500.
yeah, $300.
Yeah.
What the hell do you want me to do with that? You
Target-
can't even get shipping in that.
Target gave my wife $500 a credit limit. No, $300.
Yeah.
$300. What the fuck can you buy at Target for $300?
I know, right? It's the nice Walmart. So I
It's a
mean,
cleaning supply card.
yeah,
That
what are
is
you gonna do?
awful.
Yeah.
$300. You can't even buy a whole vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, you ain't getting no Dyson.
No. That's ridiculous. Okay, so continue.
You might get that other one, but you ain't getting no Dyson.
Yeah, you're getting a Hoover.
you suck on that.
Suck on
Let me
Nick.
get one of them. Let me get one of
So you racked up all this debt.
Yeah, let's get a cookie first.
All right, all right.
So I racked up all this debt, like going and getting this stereo, expensive stereo, nice stereo, Sony, and then
Sony.
paid it off. Paid off my credit card. Took me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Paid it off, but I sent in the bill a couple days late.
Uh-oh.
So I paid the bill, but I accrued late charges. Well, I left and went to the military. I came back, and they found me. Just like, yeah, anyhow, they found me. And so I had to, obviously, I refused to pay it because it was all
Okay.
back pay. But the stereo was almost $1,000. It was almost $1,000 just in
Fees?
Fees.
That's nuts.
And I
7 years later, it's
and
all
that's-
gone.
And
Pro
that would
tip.
have been back in like the 50s.
You're an idiot.
Ronnie says you bought a lot of porn with that credit card too.
I did.
You want to make sure that that was well known.
You did too, prick.
7 years. If any debtor
So
comes
did you.
after you, any debtor even says a peep to you about anything older than 7 years, you can just throw it in the garbage.
Exactly. Yeah. It's nothing. Means
It's not
nothing.
going to be on your credit report.
Yeah. Which is true.
Credit Karma, y'all.
Credit Karma. Man, I tell you
Now I
what.
can't even get a credit card.
Yeah, you can.
You
Go
can.
If you do Credit Karma, they'll recommend one that's like 20% interest or something. Like one
Greg
of
says
those-
that's nothing. Try the IRS. That
Get a
trust
300.
me. I know. We've been dealing.
Yeah, you've
my
been dealing
wife
with
and
the
I have been
IRS
Dealing with IRS for 3 years now.
At least.
Yeah,
At
it's
least.
nuts. Yeah, they're no fun. Absolutely no fun.
No federal agency is very much fun. I'm not going to lie.
Nope. It's true.
I'm battling Social Security disability right now. That's a bunch of fun.
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is a fun government agency. I always have fun with things Parks and Rec is responsible for.
Yeah.
Right? Solid answer.
They have a good TV show.
Give me a double ding. I demand it.
Which one is it?
Far left, upper left corner.
Upper left?
Yeah.
That's a car wash.
No, I mean real upper left. Yeah, yeah. Ah, bask in it.
That's
So
beautiful.
delicious.
$400 ode.
Ah, if you're not feeling it with me, you're
I ain't
dead
good.
inside. You rewind and have another. Yummy.
Mmm.
Ah, that's delicious.
Oh,
That's how we feel
Oh.
success.
Greg says he owned $400, and then the IRS demanded $8,500 in 3 years.
Yeah. That's the kind of ignorance I'm referring to.
And Tanya is laughing at the fact that you bought porn.
It's okay. I still watch porn too.
Is it Tanya or Tania?
Tania.
Tania.
It's,
Okay.
it's TJ.
I don't want to mess it up.
It's cool. TJ, I went to school with TJ in high school.
Is
She knows the old school feel.
Mmm.
it
The
messed
dumbass feel.
that I declared so many miles on my car last year that I got a return without owing?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're like, you damaged your car so much, we owe you for America.
wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That's hard. It's hard to
Deducting
get a return,
mileage,
bro.
it was a lot of work.
Porn on credit. Come now, pay later.
Well, that's what's up.
I mean, I had to like do my
You
taxes.
can't bust on me on for that.
I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a cum burger today.
It's thicker if you wait a day.
Yeah.
Blow me. So
This got vile right away.
It did.
We turned a corner all
That
of a
went,
sudden.
that went straight downhill. So, speaking of that,
Yes.
born a woman, this ex-transgender now lives as a genderless alien.
hold on, you just said an X gender. Say that again.
Born a woman, this ex-transgender now lives as a genderless alien. Because she was transgender, now she's a genderless alien. That's how she identifies.
Okay. Emma Watson, I saw on Instagram, refers to
I just wanna show you guys a
single
photo of this.
companionship.
Emma Watson's a hot alien.
Yeah, she's
though.
hot. She can do whatever she wants.
There you go. There you go. See her?
All right.
That's what a genderless alien looks like, folks.
This person's too young to succumb to alien. I would just go after what you want.
Yeah.
But you don't have to feel alienated.
Yeah.
Do you think it's conceivable, Waz, that aliens could be living amongst us currently in our own populace?
Sure. Conceivable.
Well, yeah.
I
you-
conceived about it so hard.
And
just
William
now.
Day can actually say a lot to this. There's a lot of illegal immigration that happens here.
That's not what I was. You're an asshole. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying is extraterrestrial. Do you believe that there may be extraterrestrial
Like people that climb trees?
Yeah, what do you mean?
extra?
Like they have more dirt than other people?
Do you believe that the Clintons could be aliens?
No. It'd be someone low profile.
You don't think the aliens could shapeshift
No.
into specific
Shape
profiles?
shifting aliens? That's you got stepped over a line there.
Okay.
Maybe one shift, but not shifting all the time.
So what about like critters? What if you could shift once?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One shift. Everyone gets one shift.
You get one shift
I
and you're
used
done.
mine up like 10 years ago.
So
I'm
you're an
on-
alien?
No, I just like shifted, you know.
Oh, but then you'd have to be an alien.
So
Ronnie
these
Baker
aliens
says
are like
he's
trans.
seen that on Men in Black. They
but
live among us.
they're like xenotrans, you know what I mean?
So it's
they're
actually-
trans species, but you can't just trans back and forth all the time.
It's actually really interesting that he brought up Men in Black because if you watch and enjoy Ancient Aliens, it is actually believed that there is, in fact, well, I won't say in fact, but it is believed that there is a Men in Black style.
It could be. I know there's Men in Tights.
I don't think there just could
Men in
be.
tights?
When like
Men in Tights. Tight.
if you look at how much Snowden had to go through with how deep a thing that he uncovered, and he only uncovered it because he was making two systems talk to each other on computers that didn't talk before. So he had full access to two different government spy agencies that normally can't even see each other's stuff to link them together so they could see each other's stuff with the right access.
All they need is
So he had to have
Julian
the fullest
Assange.
access
To do that.
and then
Yeah.
the thing about the spying on Americans was really hidden, and he stumbled into it. And he was like, "Man, that didn't like stick out. It was hidden really well. I just couldn't ignore it." And he did bottle it and ignore it for years,
Oh.
hoping someone else would uncover it.
And it never happened.
And it was only after years of no one else uncovering that he finally did. But there was very few people that had access to that. But him or one of those other people would have bumped into alien stuff if it was like covered up in that kind of thing. I think the
Right, you
government's
would
as
think so,
clueless
right?
to these hidden ass aliens as we are. I don't think it'd be.
So there are no aliens in Area 51.
There's no Clinton aliens. There's no aliens in Area 51. Some of our
Is
pets
there
might be aliens.
spacecraft? Is there alien spacecraft in Area 51?
How do you define a space? Can a comet be
Alien.
a spacecraft? Can traveling through another dimension and being inside one of your pets
Unidentifiable.
spirit? What about moving data, like data from one
from Star
computer
Trek.
to another into like the brain of one of your pets, but it's like an alien's brain?
Warp
How,
knowledge.
Have you
is that a
seen,
spacecraft? You know,
Netflix.
It could be. I'm asking though.
Netflix
Like, is it conceivable that
released-
there's alien spacecraft in Area
Just
51?
alien
Maybe.
pets. If you want to call the dimension that their consciousness came from, as traveling through some kind of craft, sure.
You guys are bringing up Men in Black. He says, Ronnie says that though comedy, it opens your eyes to many potential truths. Sure.
It does. It does.
But have you guys seen Altered Carbon
no.
on
Oh,
Netflix?
I heard it's really good though.
It is
What is it?
absolutely worth watching.
TV show or a movie?
It is a Netflix series.
Okay.
And it's a very interesting, basically your data is stored on a disk in your spine, And so you can actually basically just put that into somebody else's body. And what they would do is they would take people that maybe were being brought back for information, like to testify that were dead, that were killed. So they could bring these people back by borrowing bodies of prisoners. Because prisoners, basically what they would do, they would just take a chip out, but your body just continued to do its natural thing. It just was empty. So they insert your chip and ta-da, you have a new body and you can do whatever you want to do.
It'd be sick to go to prison just as some data, just like be uploaded to prison and then you come back and your body's like all chill.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. All right, folks. Well, it is 8:55. That's our show for today. I'm so glad you guys had a good time. I hope you did anyway.
I'm
If
so
you
glad
didn't-
you guys had such a great show because I know you did.
I was going to say, if
I
you
felt
didn't
like it
enjoy
was a
the
good
show, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, don't
Make
come
sure
back.
that you go check out our website, twocluelessdudes.com. Also, RadioVegas.rocks. If you don't look up those two websites, I don't know what's wrong with you. Make sure you get the app. If you don't have the app, you won't have music on the go.
It's on the website. It's really easy. Just
on the
click
website.
click on the thing that looks like your phone's thing.
What are you doing? Do
Later,
it.
dude.
Stay tuned for Die Laughing Podcast on Radio Vegas Rocks. Have a good one.
Peace.